everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Poet's Journal. I'm Beatrix Hepburn. This week in history, Super Mario RPG was released for the Super Nintendo in 1996.
That's a weird poem.
And now, a poem by the poet Takahiro Fukada. Open your heart. Thunder, rain, and lightning, danger, water rising, clamor, sirens wailing. It's such a bad sign. Shadows of dark creatures, steel clouds floating in the air. People run for shelter. What's going to happen to us? All the steps we take, all the moves we make, all the pain at stake. I see the chaos for everyone. Who are we? What can we do? You and I are the same in every way, that have our own styles that won't change. Yours is filled with evil, and mine is not. There is no way I can lose. Can't hold on much longer, but I will never let go. I know it's a one-way track. Tell me now how long this will last. I'm not going to think this way, nor will I count on others. Close my eyes and feel it burn. Now I see what I've got to do. Open your heart. It's going to be all right. Ancient cities blazing, shadows keep on attacking, little children crying, confusion, hopeless anger. I don't know what it can be, but you drive me crazy. All your cunning tricks make me sick. You won't have it your own way. Can't hold on much longer, but I'll never let go. I know it's a one-way track. Now tell me how long this will last. I don't think this is the way, nor will I count on others. Close my heart and feel the burn. Now I see what I've got to do. Open your heart. You will see. All right. Yeah. And if it won't stop, there will be no future for us. The heart's tied down all by hate. Gotta set him free. I know it's a one-way track. Now tell me how long this will last. Remember, friends, to call 911 only when it's truly a medical emergency. Everyone has something special to offer, and that graffiti is art. I've been Beatrix Hepburn, and this is the Poet's Journal.
So he's definitely getting sued for plagiarism, right?
What? What would he plagiarize?
So that wasn't an original poem.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that was the lyrics to Time After Time.
Oh. Time After Time is a song?
It is a song.
Ah.
Hey guys, I sold some time at the front of the show. I know I should have memoed you guys on it.
You really fucking should have, Brian. You gotta stop doing this.
Brian, we're not going to let you be in charge of the budget anymore.
Oh my god.
I think it's my turn to be in charge of the budget.
Tegan's in charge of the
budget. I'm
budget.
spending it on cake.
Brian,
but...
Brian, you can be in charge of the Instagram, and I'll run the PayPal, I guess.
Look.
No, I get to run the PayPal. If I'm in charge of the budget, I get to run the PayPal.
No, Tegan's right. Tegan gets the PayPal.
Okay, look.
You can have Tumblr.
I'm out here trying to add revenue streams. Okay?
Okay, who are you and why are you Duck and Sequoia? Where is Brian Cartwright?
I'm not fucking Duck and Sequoia, Rocky. Jesus.
Really? You're trying to add revenue streams to the podcast? We don't care about money, just like that one dude from Steam.
That's a good callback. Well, then maybe I should stop talking about making wine at home. I don't know.
I mean,
shit.
I thought you were talking about making wine at home because you genuinely enjoyed the hobby of winemaking.
Rocky,
Mm-hmm.
I'll fight you.
You're going to fight me over what?
I don't know, but it sounds like fun.
Okay.
We fought each other over less.
I suppose.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Game of the Year.
No!
This is Impossible Coin. This is a weekly show where we talk about video games and the things that we care about. My name is Rocky Hardy. With me is Tegan Somerset.
Yep.
And somewhere in Arizona is Brian Cartwright and his cavalry of radio personalities.
Look, all I did was sell some time to the Poet's Journal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fine.
Really, ignoring the fact that the Poet's Journal is trying to rip off song lyrics as original poetry pieces, not even by himself, while using a discount PBS voice?
Well, as I recall, he appropriately credited the piece that he read. He said, "Hear now a poem, open your heart." He credited it to Takahiro Fukeda.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the right person.
I mean, like, maybe he's a liar, but, like, all I can say is the check's cash.
Oh, I expect the amount to hit my bank account soon. Tegan, what have you been playing?
I have literally spent all day playing Genshin Impact today.
Cool.
Yeah. I got every single geonucleus in Liyue.
Nice.
My statue is now level 10. I'm very excited. It was a bitch.
How much stamina do you have now? Like 400?
How do you check that? I have no idea. I have an amount of stamina.
Honestly, I'm not even sure how to check it. I just know every time, like, my statue went up a level, it would go up by, like, 8 or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you're right. Hang on. I have, like, 218 stamina. I've got, like, 2 bars and then, like, a quarter of a bar.
Okay. For sure.
But I haven't gotten the Mondstadt one to level 10 yet. So, It was a pain in the ass. To get the Geo statue from level 9 to level 10, it takes 30 of those little fuckers.
Wow. That's kind of
30 of them. Fuck me.
Yeah, they really want you to do stuff. Really dig for those.
They do. To be fair, though, while I was running around and doing all of that, I did manage to also open enough chests and do enough quests that I got 1,000 Primo Gems. So...
It's not a bad trade.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna be totally set for when Hu Tao drops. Because they released her, like, official art and her character trailer video today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's so cute. I can't wait. But she's a polearm user and she's a pyro person, so like, that's the second pyro polearm person from Liyue.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was hoping she was going to be a caster. I don't think there's a fire caster yet.
I guess if you don't count... Oh no. This is dumb. The little girl with the backpack.
Oh, Klee?
Klee.
Yeah.
I mean, she's more artificer than caster. That's fair.
Yeah. She's not like a Barbara or not Shion. Fuck. What's her name? Sucrose.
Sucrose, yeah. Okay, yeah. Jeez.
But yeah, so I'm gonna tackle the Mondstadt one later. Probably tonight. I don't know. I've also finished all of the current like mainline story quests.
Okay.
I got all the way through the Golden House thing.
You did the big like Ningguang like
yeah,
like castle
yeah,
thing.
I did. Yeah, the castle thing, and child, excuse me.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you fought like all
me?
3 of his fucking forms or some bullshit.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh man,
that's not cool. Brian, this game went full anime, and I was not ready. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, I still wasn't fucking ready for it.
Like, how could you not be ready for anime?
It's, it was like the scale of the anime, I guess.
Yeah, this was like some real, like, something between Persona and like Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. So one of the characters, his name is Child. He works for Snezhnaya, which is the area where the ice people are, or the ice archon is.
He plays the role of obvious bad guy.
Yeah, the very obvious bad guys. And he has a water vision, a hydro vision, which is like a thing that is like gifted to you by the gods. But also, he's got like the thing that all of the, what are they called? The fucking...
Like the gods or whatever? The Adepti?
No, Not the Adepti, it's the Fatui. He's also got like a discount vision from the Fatui that's electric.
Right.
So like partway through the battle, he fucking switches
elements.
Types. Yeah, in the middle of the battle. And then after you beat his electric form, he turns into a big, scary night monster that has a cape made out of space. and he uses both elements interchangeably and can just fuck you up.
Oh, that's really funny. It is a cape made out of space. Oh no.
It's a cape made out of space.
Oh god.
And like Paimon's got a cape made out of space, but it is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
His is like the fabric of space, where hers just like looks at space, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fucking wild. And I was like, this isn't, like, I know this is gonna happen, but like, it can't be that big a deal. And I'm like, oh no, it is. Oh no, it is. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, and Child is the third weekly now. So, it's like him, the wolf, and the Storm Terror.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can farm those for like potential like legendaries once you get up to like level 50, I think.
Yeah, for the first time I did the wolf by myself,
mm-hmm.
and I managed to do all of the cubes, the Geo, Electro, and Animo cube by myself.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't tried to do any of the flowers yet alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little nervous. I'm still, like, not using my paper.
Yeah.
Just because I want to make sure that, like, everything is, like, cool. You know, that, like, I have characters I really love before I do, but...
I mean, all you need are, like, Kuching and, like, Barbara for the fire one, and it's, like, 100% free.
Yeah. And I have Kuching. I got a second Kuching! Also, I pulled her from the banner, so I'm very excited.
Nice.
I think I have enough Primo Gems for 60 pulls currently. If I wanted to just wail for Hu Tao.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but if I wanted to, I could.
For sure.
So, we'll see. I think her banner's next, and then I think that it's going to be a Mondstadt banner.
Oh yeah, because that event's coming up, the spring Mondstadt
Yeah,
thing?
the spring Mondstadt thing, yeah. I want to know when we're going to go to the Electro World, though. That sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, I want to see where Beidou is from.
Yeah. Every time they introduce, like, a zone, Brian,
Mhm.
they give you, like, zone story quests that expand, like, the main plot. And it has you interacting directly with, like, the god of that area, whether or not you realize at the time that the person that you're interacting with is the god of that area, you know? And the person in the Electro area has been confiscating everyone's, like, little stone that gives them magic, basically, and saying, no one can have magic anymore. Only me have magic. And,
they've been putting them in statues, apparently. Maybe they'll have mechs.
Maybe they'll have mechs. And also, they're calling her the Lightning Shogun. So, like, we're going to totally not Japan, but, like,
Yeah.
very much Imperial, totally not Japan. So, it'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be, like, a summer thing, if not fall.
You think so?
Yeah.
The good news is, though, it's already made, like, oh god, this game's made so much money.
I believe it. That makes sense.
I read an article this week that we don't have time to talk about, but it's okay, that the budget for Genshin is now larger than last year's budget for the entire studio.
Yeah.
Genshin's made like $800 million. It's made too much money, and they're just like, okay, well, you get the entire studio budget next year, but also you've made enough money that doesn't actually matter.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Because we're gonna still be able to, like, budget out our other games just because of how much money Genshin has made.
Mm-hmm. It's the new Fortnite or whatever. Or, like, you know, comparable for the studio, not, like, worldwide or whatever.
Right.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Genshin wild. I'm excited for the next major update. I bet when they drop the next story update, they're gonna change the version to, like, 2.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How would you guys feel if Genshin Impact went full Fortnite and you started getting stuff like the unveiling of new Doritos flavors in Genshin and, like, Bad Bunny concerts and...
Well, there is already a China-exclusive KFC collab.
Well, I mean,
what?
Final Fantasy 14 has done that pretty, like, consistently with, like, whenever expansions come out. They usually have, like, a particular, like, Final Fantasy 14 meal. I think I did a story on it when they did Stormbloods. And it was, like, this huge, like, meal that you'd have to eat, like, solo or whatever. But if you finished it, you'd get a code that allowed you to get this fat chocobo mount.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
This one doesn't appear to have any special, like, code stuff. I think you get, like, a banner or something. I don't remember.
Okay.
But the characters that they're using to promote it are Diluc and Noelle.
That's not a bad idea.
And they have alternate outfits. Noelle has, like, a cute, proper maid outfit.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's so cute, though. It's like a T-length skirt still. It's not like they gave her, like, a slutty maid outfit. It's still, like, it's appropriate, but it's so cute.
I mean, that's how they get people to go to KFC. I mean...
Yeah, and Diluc is wearing, like, more of a bartender outfit. It's, like, a vest and definitely, like, a button-down shirt and, like, the little, like, apron skirt.
So is it, like, caterer or is it, like, Chippendales?
Caterer.
For sure.
And I do believe he has a ponytail, like a proper ponytail, not like the one that he's got in the thing, you know? They saw the high ponytail Diluc fan art and went, yep, okay.
We can use this.
Yeah. And there's a rumor that they're going to start releasing alternate costumes for characters, so that once you max out their constellation, if you pull them again, you'll get an alternate costume.
See, that's a good way to do it, I think.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
You need like 9 of them to finish the constellation or whatever, but at least you get in-game buffs.
Yeah. I don't know, it looks cute. And then there's probably going to be Dendro, like, coming out soon. Quote-unquote soon, you know.
So whenever they do, you know, totally not Japan, sure it's the Electric Zone, and we'll get a couple of those, but we already have Beto, I guess. I want, like, 8 new Dendro characters. Like, I just want, like, 1 billion of them. Because, like, there's, like, what? 0 Dendro heroes right now? It's because they have, like, shitty elemental interactions. But, like, in a place like whatever the new, not Japan place is going to be, where, like, the primary elements have to be, like, what? Electric and water? Dendro should be pretty good there.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah.
The only Dendro character we've seen in-game is the guy who runs the pharmacy.
Oh, yeah.
In, Liyue. He's the only one who's shown up with a Dendro, like, vision. So, interesting. Interesting. There is, like, an ice girl who's apparently in the beta right now.
Okay.
She's, like, a little ice... She's Weiss. You know Weiss from Ruby?
I do know Weiss, yes.
Yeah, her design is similar to that.
Okay. So, like, EP and everything? Or is it a pay? I don't know how you pronounce it. I did this wrong with rapier before.
Oh, yeah. She's got, like, a rapier and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Short, like, T-length circle skirt dress, like, jacket kind of styled top.
High ponytail,
the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's you know, an Asian updo, but...
For sure.
I think it's, like, the 2 big loops. You know what I'm talking about? But, like, out of one ponytail spot.
I feel like
Does that make sense? Like Nurse Joy, but out of one ponytail.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. I want a proper fire mage, though. I want, like, Lisa, but fire.
Lisa but fire sounds really strong for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I want Lisa but fire, and I want it to be a boy.
Okay.
I want it to be a boy. Because
like
I think right now all of the casters are girls.
Except for...
It's Barbara, Lisa, Klee.
What's his name? Albedo? Alfredo?
Oh, yeah. Albedo. That's his name.
Okay.
I forgot he's a caster, technically.
Yeah. But most of the boys are, like, weapon users.
Weapon dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, who isn't a weapon dude?
Albedo.
Albedo.
I
want an archer, too. I just want to pull an archer. I'll take any archer. I'm so fucking tired.
Oh, yeah, like, you know, Venti. Or wait, you haven't pulled Child yet either, huh?
No, I didn't pull Venti. I didn't pull Child. I didn't pull Fischl, the only electric person I don't have.
Fuck. I actually have... Well, I mean, you know, I have Amber, but I also have Diana, and I have Fischl.
Oh, yeah, Diona. Yeah, I don't have Diona either. Ganyu. I don't have Ganyu. God damn.
Ganyu's kind of nuts, actually. Jeez.
Ganyu's fucking nuts. I'm afraid to do the Oceanid without someone else because I just don't have the firepower for it.
I get that. Water's actually really rough without the right elements. Like, you can brute force the other ones, but, like, that one, like, you need the advantage.
Mm-hmm. You need someone who can use a bow that isn't fire.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just let me know, and I'll just show up with Shangyu, and I'll freeze everything. It's the best.
Yeah! I got my own Chungyun from the, did you do the 1,000, whatever, the meat event?
I actually didn't. You were right. I'm sorry.
You gotta do it! I got a Chungyun from that.
Nice.
He's okay. He's only okay. He's only okay because he's still baby right now.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly,
because I have that, like, cooldown reduction sword that just makes it so I can spam, like, my ult and my ability, it's just hilarious how quickly I can kill things.
It's good. So good. This game's fun, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
This game's fun.
Well, I thought that we had canonically established that despite the fact that it was fun, it was not fun that would appeal to me.
Yes.
That's still accurate.
But it is fun.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, like, even though we're really whinging about it right now, like, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
Well, if there's one thing I definitely understand from playing Hearthstone now for 7 years, sometimes the things that make you whinge are the things that make you happy.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
True.
Teagues, what else have you been playing?
I haven't been playing anything else. Alex has been continuing on his Dark Souls replay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's doing. He beat Dark Souls 2, and he's also beaten Dark Souls 3 now.
Uh-huh.
Right now, like, as we are recording, he's doing New Game Plus in Dark Souls 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we have come to the conclusion that Dark Souls 2 is the hardest Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Of the 3.
But, like, it's because it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's real bullshit. It's real bullshit.
The other Dark Souls feel like bullshit, but then it's because you realize that the AI is actually good. Like, it's not just dumb and gonna let you smack it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Dark Souls 2 doesn't make any, like, real differences there. It's just now you're outnumbered.
Yep.
In normal, like, action RPGs, it doesn't matter that you're outnumbered because the AI is stupid, but now the AI is smart and you're just getting jumped forever.
Yep.
That's dumb, and I hate it.
And also, we did a lot of accidentally rolling off of things.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There are a lot of places where, like, the ledges are very, very narrow. In Dark Souls 2, more so than the other ones, I think.
Yeah.
And just the amount of, like, I'm gonna dodge roll out of the way, and I just rolled off the cliff into the abyss. Again.
I kind of want a supercut of, it could be Alex, but honestly, it could be anyone, just rolling off of ledges in Dark Souls 2, because that sounds great.
And just literally their voice going, no!
Like, I could watch that all day.
I could watch that all day. I did watch that all day. It was really funny. And then we get to a point where, like, you just hear, like, the strain in the note, and you're like, do you need a break? Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Let's take a break from Dark Souls. And Alex is like, no, I'm gonna get to the next fucking bonfire. And it's like, okay. And then you die again. Are you sure you don't need a break?
No, I feel that. I got back into Temtem. I've, like, sat down and decided to play more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting better at it. I feel like I'm understanding a bit more about how the types interact and, like, which Temtem I should prioritize in particular areas, which is nice. I also feel like there's something that's very different about, like, Temtem. I don't feel level differences are that big a deal. Like, you know how, like, in Pokemon, I mean, technically in Pokemon, level differences aren't that big a deal. Like, if you have the right moves and, like, the right type advantages, like, you can beat a Pokemon 10 levels above you and it's not that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I've fought, like, some Temtem that, like, where I'm, like, 1 or 2 levels off, and I feel like stuff that should kill just fucking doesn't. As if, like, there's, like, some sort of, like, damage reduction as you get closer to killing things. I might be wrong. But, like, I've definitely run into a lot of situations where I'm like, oh, this base power seems high enough and I have the advantage. This should kill. And, like, they'll live with, like, 5 HP. And I'm just like, that doesn't feel right. And that's been kind of annoying. Boss battles feel like real boss battles again. Like, fucking, okay, Tegan, do you remember the gym leader in Silver?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like the second or the third one. The one that was the normal type gym. And she had that fucking Milton.
Yes.
Like, every boss
Whitney?
battle... Whitney!
You mean Whitney?
Yes!
Fuck Whitney.
I was thinking of Flannery before, but it's Whitney. Yeah, like...
They have similar hair.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Whitney and Flannery do.
Yeah. Fuck. But every, like, boss battle in Temtem feels like that fight. Even if you were just, like, roasting, like, all the grunts beforehand, like, I was walking through an active volcano where someone's trying to invent a diamond-type Temtem by, like, continually superheating and electrocuting a crystal-type Temtem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I got into, like, the head scientist or whatever. And after, like, roasting pretty much everyone else, well, not roasting them clean, because it's still Temtem, so, like, every, like, 2 or 3 battles I had to, like, take a break or, like, reheal. But I've gotten better about carrying, like, healing items or whatever. But I get to this guy, and this guy repeatedly kicked my shit in. Like, I think I lost to him, like, 5 times. And, like, I haven't done that in a Pokemon game since I was, like, a child, which is, like, fucking weird. But, like, also, he has this one Temtem that's digital type, Tegan. It's a digital type Temtem.
He got a Digimon Temtem?
That's what I fucking said.
He got a Temmon?
He has some sort of ability that I swear to God just lets him counterattack. Like, if he gets hit, like, his turn is next. And, like, I can't prove it because I don't know what the ability is. Like, I've tried to look it up, but I keep spelling it wrong.
Oh, God.
But it's just like, I hit him and then suddenly it's his turn. But if I don't hit him for a while, the ability will still go off when it's his turn, but his turn won't come anywhere near as fast. And, oh my God, I had to look up digital type because I couldn't believe, I looked up this Temtem and I found out it was digital type. And, like, digital type actually has some pretty intuitive weaknesses once you know that it's digital type. It's weak to water and electric, which is, fine. But there was, like, the way that the team was set up, because it's, like, 2-on-2s, was specifically designed to cover their weaknesses. So, like, at first, there's, like, an electric type and a water type. But the water type has, like, a secondary poison type.
Mm-hmm.
And the electric type isn't weak to ground in this game. Apparently, It only has one weakness, which is grass. But it's paired with the water poison type, and the poison type is fast as fuck and has so, like, if you put a grass type ready to knock out that electric type, which is going to hit both of your Temtem at the same time, the water poison will just fucking kill you, and that's it.
God damn.
And then, let's say you kill the water type first, right? Then it throws out the digital type. And the digital type will punish any water type that you have out because it has access to electric type moves. But I have, like, a melee type, which is also a fighting type. And, like, apparently digital's strong against melee for some reason. And I was just getting blown up. And, like, so instead of, like, standard Pokemon stuff where, like, you manipulate your switches so that, like, none of your Pokemon die, but you win the fight, this was, like, a very much, like, slobber knocker style match. Where, like, I had to trade Temtem to get to his last one in an advantageous position. And it was hard as fuck.
Oh, God. That sounds miserable.
It's definitely different. Like, once I got it, it was a good, like, holy shit, I fucking beat this dude. But, like, it's very different from a standard Pokemon experience, which I am still adjusting to.
Mm.
But, like, most grunts, like, you can beat, but you're gonna take damage. And most bosses are going to go down to the wire, which is a very specific type of tempo. And I like that, but it feels different in a Pokemon-style game because I'm not used to it,
Mm-hmm.
Playing through Temtem feels like a very different monster battle experience compared to Pokemon, which, I was reluctant to believe at first. Because I'm like, this looks like Pokemon. It's VGC. Like, it's fine. The whole game's 2v2. It can't be that bad. But it's definitely very different. And, like, I do want to touch base because today, day of recording, Kindred Fates ran a tournament in their alpha. And they had about, like, 60-some competitors. They ran a double elimination, like, tournament. And I haven't seen Kindred Fates gameplay in a long time. And it is wild. Because, like, instead of, turn-based combat, it's, like, action RPG combat. But, like, all the moves are Pokemon moves. So you get, like, 5 moves or whatever. So you have people who are, like, setting, like, hazards down so they can hide behind, like, a ruined wall so they can rest to recover HP. Or, like, a kinfolk that is like dropping like an AoE that if they stand in, they can heal, but the risk reward is that they have to stand in this particular place and they can't leave in it. And there are plenty of moves that hit like an AoEs from a distance. You have like players now playing like a secondary meta game about zoning players away from their own healing tools.
Oh, huh.
And, you know, they have things like Rock Slide, where they'll drop like an AoE that like slows anything that's in it and then start dropping like the rocks above them so that they take maximum damage. They have like stealth things where like they become temporarily invisible and try to use things like trees in like a forest or like ruin like buildings to like sneak around so they can gain an opportune attack. And you can like switch freely in battle, so it's not like Pokemon where like switching like significantly affects your action economy, like you trade attacking for switching. Like switching is still on a cooldown, but like basically you can switch like while your offense is going on, and like the difference between like successful players and like, you know, less successful players are people who manipulate their switching to like spread the damage or spread healing like effectively. And it was really cool. It's a much more fast-paced experience than I ever thought it would be, but watching it on screen like makes a lot of sense. And like, you know, things like this, like Temtem and Kindred Fates are what's making the Pokemon company try to be a bit more earnest about giving like Pokemon fans what they want, because it looks like there are new experiences that are coming for their lunch. And that's cool. Like, did you guys watch the new Pokemon thing?
Yes.
Did.
You know, the new Pokemon Snap, which actually looks fantastic. I think I might actually pick that up day one.
It looks really pretty.
Mm-hmm. It definitely looks faithful to like the initial experience, but it also is doing pretty smart things with like interaction with Pokemon and, you know, sharing those experiences on social media. And I think those are like the right ways to go for this type of game. And, you know, everything else that's Pokemon currently is like doing events like Sword and Shield and Pokemon Go, even Pokemon Cafe is doing like a special thing. Oh, so is Pokemon Masters. For people who play Pokemon Masters, I don't know any of those people, but if you play that, there's an event going on, and you can get the guy with the stupid cape. He's the older brother of Hop. What's his fucking name?
The champion?
The champion.
Isn't it Leon?
It is Leon. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get Leon in Masters now.
I like how we're just like, fuck him. Hop is the cool one.
Hop is the cool.
Every single other Pokemon gen, you're like, oh yeah, the champion, Cynthia. Oh yeah, the champion. And it's like, fuck the champion. I like Hop.
Also, I gotta say, I'm not on board for Chibi Cynthia, I think.
I'm on board for Chibi Cynthia. I want her to be Engie. No Takshi Engie. Her Garstomp gonna kick your ass.
The one-to-one, like, fucking Pokemon Diamond Pearl remakes are coming out, or, like, have been formally announced, and they look like they're gonna be super faithful, which is, you know, good for them. I'm not super excited about that. They are also doing a Pokemon Sinnoh spin-off, which is set in the distant past, which is appearing to be something between Final Fantasy 13 and Pokemon Breath of the Wild, and that could be cool. I'd like to know more about it.
They did the Breath of the Wild pan out.
They fucking did.
When they started describing it and they had like the ink style drawings, I was like, oh my god, are they really gonna make like sepia and monochrome? You know? The like fan versions of that where you're like, you're Professor Oak and Agatha and you're like actually drawing the first Pokedex? Like, I was like, are they fucking gonna do that? And I'm like, almost! They almost did it! But like,
yeah.
What? I'm excited. Also, the Pokemon in the wild are apparently gonna just like fucking attack you. Just straight up attack you. Fuck your Pokemon.
It's Digimon rules now.
Yeah!
I'm actually like kind of big worried about that. I don't want to get chased by a Machamp. The dude has 4 arms. I only got 2 and his are definitely bigger than mine.
Remember that fear when like you saw the Onix? Like right outside the gate, you were like, oh wait, fuck.
Yeah.
That moment has prepared me for this game.
For sure.
I'm gonna see like a Pidgey and be like, oh shit, no. I'm gonna die.
I am interested in like the ability to like stealth catch Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically, like, if you ended up in a random battle, or even a battle like in Sword and Shield, if you had a good enough Pokeball, you could just, like, first turn throw a Pokeball and catch a Pokemon. But, like, there's definitely something else to, like, you know, actually sneaking around the tall grass outside of the vision cone of a Pokemon, and then just throwing a Pokeball and see if it works out.
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm also excited that they're like, yeah, you get to bring a starter with you, but it's definitely not a starter from this region.
Oh, I'm all the way in with Oshawott. I want to know about the Oshawott migration pattern that ended up that put it in Unova for some reason. Is it Unova? Do I have that right?
Yes. No, yeah. Unova is black and white. It's Sinnoh. Then... We're in Sinnoh.
Right.
Yeah, so how does Oshawott get into Sinnoh?
Right.
How does Rowlet get into Sinnoh?
Rowlet is a fine gentleman with a handsome bow tie and goes wherever the fuck he wants.
He has a passport probably tucked under his little wing. Oh, what a good boy.
Pokemon have passports now, huh? Imagine Pokemon used to have passports. Because, like, this is also, because it's in the distant past and the world isn't industrialized, Pokemon aren't tamed by default. Like, sure, like, in Pokemon games, there's a significant difference between Pokemon that are, like, under the control of a trainer and Pokemon that are just, like, out in the wild. But the world is mostly wild right now. And so that's very, very different. Because you're supposed to be putting together, like, the first Sinnoh Pokedex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm very excited and looking forward to playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The experience of a game focused on, like, open world exploration, go where the fuck you want. I got unreasonably excited at exactly the stealth catching.
Mm-hmm.
Just creeping, you know, like, in a crouch, tossing Pokeballs. I hope this works out. And I'm like, man, we have come to, what if Far Cry was Pokemon? What if Pokemon was Far Cry? I really, really hope that there's something which, like, replicates the experience of taking down an outpost, like in Far Cry. That taking down an outpost experience is definitely something that, like, Breath of the Wild did very well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that probably the closest thing that you could come to in, like, a game which, like, focuses on capturing and training wild animals would be, like, coming across, like, a den or a warren of a particular type. Like,
right.
You step into the glade and there's a whole shit ton of these and they're gonna fuck you up. Like, that just, I think that'll probably have that post feel.
Is Team Galactic gonna be there? Or is it just gonna be, like, more generic poacher style enemies, do you think?
Actually, so two things. One, I am worried about dens in this particular scenario, because if this game does something closer to, like, an active time battle system as opposed to a turn-based one, like, swarm battles will probably be significantly more terrifying. I don't know if I'm prepared for a scenario where 3 Pokemon are attacking my Pokemon and another 2 are attacking me. As for, like, major, like, organized antagonists, I'm unsure what alliances I would actually form in this particular game. I guess it'd be, like, simple if they just said, like, oh, this is the organization, these are the bad guys, like Team Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
But in a mostly unsettled wilderness where Pokemon seem to run freely, why would a character traversing this wilderness trying to make the first Pokedex see those kinds of people as their enemies? I guess then maybe this is a different type of, like, argument for something that is ostensibly a child's video game series, but what is the motivation for, like, the type of enemy that you could reasonably come across in this, like, oh my god, ancient Sinnoh? It's not ancient. Imperial? No. Feudal Sinnoh?
Yeah, feudal.
Maybe?
Feudal, probably.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of antagonist that you would reasonably face that would seem familiar to the older games. I guess what I'm saying is that I hope that whatever the antagonistic group is, I hope their motivations are different from just snatching up Pokemon. And I hope that whatever motivations they do have is something that feels compelling for me as a player to interact with.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are we sure that this game does not full-on control, like, an action RPG where you are directly controlling a character for purposes of combat engagement?
We are not sure. But there have been screenshots and other leaks that seem to imply that instead of you running in a turn-based system, but not being a full-on action RPG, that you kind of like queue up, I'm not going to say like conditions, say like in Final Fantasy XII, but more like actions that take place generally like in Final Fantasy XIII. Right.
I know that I'm probably, like, inviting strong disagreement here from, like, the Pokemon faithful, but I certainly wouldn't mind seeing something like a combination between, like, action RPG style combat and something like ATB style combat.
Sure.
You know, like, if...
I mean, they did call it an action RPG. Yeah. I'm just not sure I believe them.
I think I'm willing to.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
If you make it, like, direct player control and then just, like, assign a button to switching between members of your party, like whether you're directly controlling a Pokemon or you're directly controlling the trainer. I'm thinking a lot about like party control works, like say Final Fantasy 15 or 7 Remake. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was mostly referring to. I probably should have said
that. And in those, like really you have an ability to like effectively meter how much of the experience you want to feel like a full-on action RPG versus making it feel like something like Action Time Battle. Like they really do give you like pretty strong control over that in like 15 and 7 Remake. Taking it as much in real time as you want or slow down and do some bullshit. I think if they like have that same kind of freedom, I would also be like into that. I think that like a period piece is a good idea. I think that would like hopefully allow them to work with a smaller Pokedex without Pokemon hardcores yelling at them. And like there's a easy hand wavy explanation, which is that like, well, based on migration patterns at the time, that these were the Pokemon native to the region at the time, you know, like, which explains why you don't have like a zillion Pokemon in the game. And if you do want to like have like rare appearances in the game, like kind of like with an open world exploration driven RPG, it's cool when you find weird shit. I think everybody here can like echo that as part of their Breath of the Wild experience. You know, like one of my favorite things was like the skull-shaped lake where the eyes in the skull were like radically different heights. So like finding Pokemon that are, let's say, are maybe traveling through the region aren't necessarily native to it. So there's only one like instance of them in the entire region. So if you want to catch one, you better be fast because it's like a non-recurring event, that kind of thing. Like, I think that'll make stuff like that more special. Also, like freeing it from, I think, a lot of the ritual and routine of, you know, the current mainline games is probably a good idea. Like, I am certainly not interested in there being a zillion other 10-year-olds who run up to me every 10 seconds and like want to fight me.
I'm not sure that's an experience that's indicative of Pokemon. Or are you just talking about like the NPCs? Like
I think he means like the NPC trainer battles.
Oh.
That's exactly what I mean, Tegan, the NPC trainer battles.
You know, youngster Joey and his group of kindergarten play friends.
Sure.
Right. In some areas in the game, the pacing on those is fine, but in some places, like the pacing on those is more than a little bit laborious. So like an environment where there'll be like less of that is cool. I think it'll also be interesting to open up a world to different types of antagonists so that we're not necessarily like relying on like team fill in the blank, you know, which rotates based on region. I'm really stoked. I do think it's kind of telling that they felt the need to like give the game a naming convention which separates it from like traditional Pokemon mainline games, to be like, please don't be angry at us, Pokemon fans. Please. This isn't the next, air quotes, mainline Pokemon game, so please don't send us angry mail. We assure you that coming soon will be another like game which is released in 2 versions and follows the formula that you claim that you want to change, but you all love dearly.
I don't know if they said any of that, but they're definitely getting mail anyways.
Yeah.
They're getting mail now. People are upset because of the little chibi sprites. But they're so cute. They're cute.
They are like virtually the same as like the original sprites. It's just 3D instead of 2D.
Yep.
This feels like a good opportunity to actually talk about a thing that I dropped into my banter for the week, which was somebody created a tier list of different types of like Nintendo fandoms. And there is a row on this tier list called Gluttons Who Would Not Be Satisfied with All the Riches of Heaven, which are Animal Crossing fans, Smash Brothers fans, and Pokemon fans.
Yeah, that seems right. It's so funny because they're like, this isn't what I wanted it to look like, Let's Go. And it's like, when Let's Go came out, you were fucking pissed about it.
Well, like, I think they had more gameplay concerns with Let's Go than, like, visual ones.
Also visual, though. They're like, I want it to look like Sword and Shield, and I want it to look like Let's Go, and I want it to look like not this. And it's like, but they just remade the sprites, but now they're 3D. And it's like, no, I don't like it. I had, like, gameplay concerns with Let's Go, but I was like, it looks pretty.
Right.
I just want outfits. I want more. I want if the remake for fucking Black and White doesn't have 200 more fashion options, I'm gonna be sad. I want to be the most fashionable French lass ever.
I want more hairstyles. That was one of the things I remember from, like, Black and White that irked me.
That's fair. But yeah, I agree. Gluttons who would not be satisfied by all the riches in heaven. Yeah, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing
it's
also
okay.
They just got an announcement that the fucking Hello Kitty collab is coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I mean, like, honestly, why should Pokemon or Smash or Animal Crossing fans be, like, satisfied?
What?
They've been promised the moon.
Sakurai died for your sins.
Sakurai is alive. He is clearly overworked, definitely. But Smash fans have given Nintendo more money than God.
They can stop anytime, Rocky.
And, like, Pokemon made the Pokemon Company a $1 billion company. And, like, fucking Animal Crossing fans basically saved 2020 for Nintendo. I don't think that they have any need to be just satisfied with whatever they got.
There's a reason that they should act like Karen and an Applebee's?
Honestly, I'm not going to call them Karen and Applebee's. I've definitely seen some of their worst, and if you want to talk about them, fine. We can talk about them. But, like, as far as I'm concerned, these people should continue to step on these corporations' necks until they get everything they want.
Are you trying to get me to go along with the way these fucking people act by framing it as an anti-capitalist argument?
I just said some words in a particular order. You can take that as you will, Brian.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
Brian! Okay, if you have a stroke, you gotta remember the acronym FAST, which is face something something something.
Oh no! Face, arms, time, and speech. Face, arms, time, speech.
Oh, is it FATS or is it FAST?
It's FAST. F-A-S-T. It's face, arm, speech, time. That's it.
Okay.
You look at the face to see if it's drooping. You have them lift both of their arms to make sure they can lift them at the same rate, at the same height. And then you have them say something, and if their speech is slurred, you only have time left. The faster you do this, the more likely they are to recover!
Right.
Everyone knows that FAST stands for fuck, ample, sexy tushes.
Oh, gross. Absolutely disgusting. No.
The booty is groceries.
What?
That's incorrect. That is not the saying. I'm not going to correct you here. I'm just going to let you be wrong, Brian.
That's fine. Let me be wrong. Just like you are about these fucking people harassing Nintendo.
Oh, no. Okay. We'll find out who's wrong. Like, because, you know, some of them are getting sequels and more video games, and some of them are not. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this, like, tier list, because it's fun.
Okay.
There is a row called "The Dead Do Not Trouble the Living," as in there are none. Yeah.
Good.
Elite beat agents and Punch Out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair. I think these are folks who have given up. You know, like, they know that Nintendo will never have anything for them again.
Well, to be fair, with the exception of Elite Beat Agents, which I'm not entirely sure if it got a sequel, each of them did get modern iterations that did not do well commercially.
I think the last time they did an Elite Beat Agents, they didn't even bother to localize it for North America.
Oof, got them.
Yeah.
But I know Punch-Out had like a Wii installment, which, you know, the Wii is apparently... Isn't it still like the, if not one of, the most successful consoles in history?
Yeah, it's top 5, but like the problem with the Wii was the attachment rate sucked.
I guess it's fair.
Yeah.
And fucking Advance Wars got Days of Ruin, which, to be fair, is Zack Snyder's Advance Wars, but also did not do well at all. Turns out that the people that were fans of Advance Wars weren't loud enough to get anything else. So, you know, rip them, I guess.
Right. The following are accused of being generally pleasant. Donkey Kong Country fans, Kirby fans, Splatoon fans, and Super Mario fans.
I feel like I've smoked a blunt with at least one of each. All this goes to show.
You know what? I'm going to buy this.
Yeah.
These are easy to get along with, folks. Like Mario fans, they're like, fuck it, I'll play some Mario. And you're like, okay, it's 2D Mario. They're like, that's cool. And then they're like, it's 3D Mario. That's cool. Like, it generally takes, I think, quite a bit to rankle one of these.
It's like, can I be Luigi? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think these people are not without buttons. Like, there are things that can get them going, but I think you have to work to find them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I know that I have a special place in my heart for Super Mario Sunshine, but that's about it. Quietly tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling here?
I'm not looking at the tier list. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, you gotta read it.
Okay.
You gotta read it for our at-home listeners who don't have access to the show doc.
Kid Icarus, Rhythm Heaven, Yoshi's Island, Luigi's Mansion, and WarioWare fans.
They are quietly tolerable, but any of those people can get going. And I know because I'm definitely 2 out of those 4, Rhythm Heaven and Kid Icarus. Because, like, I can get into some Kid Icarus, boy. But, like, otherwise, like, yeah, Kid Icarus is cool. And that'll be it. I'm not going to engage. But, you know, it's got lore.
Luigi needs to stop falling for scams. Like, someone needs to enroll this man in a fraud prevention course.
Yeah, right? Jesus. He'd be really good at it, I think.
At fraud prevention or falling for scams?
Fraud prevention.
Oh.
Like, once he gets the rules. Ooh, I want a game where Luigi is a fraud investigator trying to catch Wario.
Ooh, that'd be fun. And also Yoshi. That's how we find out he's in jail for tax evasion.
Surprise appearances by Waluigi. Shows up in the second act.
Yep. I fall into this category for Luigi's Mansion and WarioWare. I think that, like, I can get a little off the rails with Luigi's Mansion, but for the most part, I don't cause trouble. The next row is called Bitter But Righteous.
Yeah, which is that entire category. Sorry, I remember Golden Sun there, and I don't have to think about anything else. Like, brain off, head empty.
Yeah, it's Golden Sun, Mario and Luigi, and something.
Wario Land.
Ooh.
Mario and Luigi! Those bastards! They killed Alpha Dream, and for what? Whatever, it's fine. I don't care.
Bitter but righteous. Example A.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Wario Land games are fucking incredible. Wario Shake It is great. It is one of the best games on the Wii. It actually makes effective use of that stupid controller.
God, you really hate that controller.
I really do. It's a fucking nightmare. But, like, it made good use of it. The world design in the Wario Lands is great. There's nothing like shoulder rushing shit as Wario. It's fucking fun. And Captain Syrup is the best. Defensive Fanatics, Metroid, Pikmin, and Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah. But, like, honestly, if they weren't defensive fanatics, no one would pay attention to them, which is really sad.
I think that the Pikmin people might be ready to, at some point, graduate to quietly tolerable.
We'll see how, like, the cycle post-Pikmin 3 goes, right? It's Pikmin 3.
I think
was
so,
that
yeah.
Yeah.
The only people I know who are into Xenoblade are very into Xenoblade, so, like, this seems right.
Yeah. And Metroid people, man, they got a lot of baggage.
Hey, man, they've been hurt before.
They have been.
Honestly, I get it.
They're currently being hurt right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. We should really be doing more to help your local Metroid fan.
Call your congressperson. Consumed by spite. Fire Emblem fans and Zelda fans.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that seems rude.
Hang on. I am not consumed by spite.
I, too, am not consumed by spite.
I am, where's the... No. There isn't one that's just, like, righteous and fucking loud.
That's still bitter but righteous.
Is that bitter but righteous? But I'm not bitter about it. I just am preaching a gospel over here.
I think the differentiation here is that both of these series are actually popular, so they don't have the right to be bitter because they're still getting games. I think that's like the thesis of like, the particular team list, the tier list. But like, fucking, I have a whole rant about fucking Fire Emblem and like how Awakening was a significant pivot point where the series may have actually lost its soul. But, you know, they're still making Fire Emblem. They're making a lot of money off of it, so I guess it's fine. Whatever.
You mean you're consumed by spite?
I didn't say that, alright? I didn't say it. I wasn't thinking it, and it may be true, but I didn't say it.
That's why I'm here.
Are we gonna get that essay, Rocky? Are we gonna get that audio essay?
We could put something together.
Maybe at some point?
Yeah, maybe at some point in the future.
That'd be cool.
Whenever the next Fire Emblem announcement is coming.
You mean Fire Emblem 3 Houses, 1 Cup, or whatever the fuck they're gonna call the next one? Like,
jeez.
Fire Emblem 4 Nations.
Fire Emblem 2 Wives, 1 Time. Like
Fire Emblem Avatar. It's Fire Emblem, but actually it's Avatar.
Fire Emblem, and every time you get accepted pizza delivery, your party gets larger. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think the only place for them to go is like Steam or Diesel Punk right now. I think they've actually fully scaled out like medieval combat, and like they could like, you know, make the games more like dense, but I feel like they need to shift their theme a bit and add new toys. Maybe that'll be like the resurgence of like Advance Wars, where like you have like pilots that like use different vehicles or whatever, or like they return to like a more distinct commander. Because, like, pre-Awakening, the commander was, like, the self-insert character. They essentially, like, didn't have a name, and they were never on the field, but they were talked to by, like, the various, like, lords and ladies of units or whatever. But now, like, the self-insert is a bespoke character that plays on the field, which is a different experience, but, like, they're usually so strong they could just win the whole game with them and, like, their love interest, which has been the case since, like, everything post, like, Fates or Conquest.
Well, I've got the idea for the next big Fire Emblem game.
Okay.
It's a crossover opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Since Nintendo had such success with Mario and Rabbids, what we need now is a crossover opportunity for Fire Emblem, and that's going to be the Fast and the Fire Emblem. Allow me to introduce you to your new weapon triangle, which is American muscle, Japanese drifting cars, and things that shouldn't be cars.
Oh, nice.
Now,
all right.
I'm going to specialize in the things that shouldn't be cars category.
Classic.
Okay. Yep. And that'll allow you to control things like subs and like snowmobiles, and there's definitely a place for that.
Can I also, please, can I also control the Wienermobile?
Well, that is a car, though.
It shouldn't be a car. It should be a bus.
Oh my god.
I want to drift the Wienermobile.
I mean, you can. Like, that. It's actually drift ready. It's a whole thing. I think I've seen a video. But fucking... Well, I do think the Fast and Furious crew, the Familia, would do very well in medieval fantasy, and I do want that spinoff. I think a more direct spinoff would be Fire Emblem X Dragon Age. I think that could be really cool.
Okay.
Now, think about, like, all of the, like, focus on, like, family and party building and Fire Emblem. And now think about the Fast and the Furious and the cookouts.
No, I get that.
And the focus on family. Like,
that's definitely a post-Awakening vibe, and that's one of the things that I'm actively fighting. I don't think I can support that venture.
So you want less waifu fucking in your Fire Emblem games.
Of course, yeah. Like, I get that that's what made them, like, $1 billion or whatever, but I don't like it, and I'd rather it be focused on, you know, other relationships. Like, you were lucky if you got a romance in Fire Emblem, but you still got fully fleshed like character arcs. And, you know, like everyone was just trying to survive this like incredibly dangerous like war zone where sword and sorcery had the ability to ruin your life at any given moment. And the tension was felt by both the characters and the player. And that was really fucking cool. But, you know, they took out the tension and they added more waifus and there's time travel and you're fucking eugenics, like developing kids bullshit. And I don't need that. I don't want it. Get it away from me. Whatever. It's fine.
Consumed by spite, everybody.
I'm fine. All right. I'm a
that's
adult.
definitely consumed by spite. I'm okay, I think. I'm just trying to convert everyone.
Oh, hey Tegan, can I play a game set in Hyrule where I don't control Link?
That would be cool. Can we control Zelda? That'd be fun.
All right, remember everybody, fast.
What's the next one, Brian?
The next row is called More Beasts Than Men.
Okay.
Which I think has to do with like the hopeless, inarticulate rage expressed by these fandoms.
Mm-hmm.
F-Zero, the Mother series, and Paper Mario.
Paper Mario doesn't deserve to be there anymore, I think. And honestly, I'll go on record. I don't think F-Zero was ever good.
Hmm.
And now you're going to make those people angry, right?
That's fine. They're already angry. How much angrier could they actually get, Brian?
But it's like you've grabbed pots and pans and you're like, over here! Over here!
I mean, I guess. That's fine. Whatever. Send me your hate mail. Vote now on your phones. The Mother series, I truly believe that they deserve all the rage that they currently have. Because the games are actually incredible pieces of art. In addition to like very strong interactive experiences. But even though they had bright colors, they're not like happy-go-lucky or feel-good experiences. And based on like, honestly, the time that they came out, like if Mother had never happened and Mother 1, 2, and 3 were like pitched as indie games today and got like greenlit and published, they would be winning Game of the Year awards. They would change development forever, and they would be a new flagship series for this new indie studio. And, like, that's just not the case. Because, you know, of when they came out and what people wanted video games to be at the time. And that sucks. I get it.
One of my favorite things, and if I ever get a chance to speak to the man, it's coming up, is I recall about 18 months before he left Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aimé gave an interview, and someone said to Reggie in the interview, "Come on, Reggie, Mother 3." And Reggie said in response to the question, and I think you know what this was, Rocky.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah. Come talk to me in a year, and we'll see how unhappy Mother fans are then.
Yeah, right? Like, he totally expected it to go away.
Right.
And
like, obviously the implication of the statement is, we're going to release Mother 3, but I'm just not going to announce it here. Like, that was
the game he was playing. I remember.
Right. And this is like the game that Nintendo like frequently plays with shit. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, like, their policy is that like when they finally do like the bare ass minimum for some of these fandoms, they're then like, "Hey, congratulate us."
I mean, like, Nintendo pussyfooting around the Mother series is a big part of why Undertale was so successful. When fucking Knuckle Sandwich comes out, hopefully later this year, I'm going to try to give them all the money I can. Because, like, the type of shit that they're doing, which is, like, deeply weird, emotional RPGs, are, like, the type of shit that need to be out here. Fucking Undertale was scratching an itch that a lot of people didn't even know that they had because they hadn't really interacted with Earthbound. They saw Ness and Smash Bros. And they heard that Mother 2/Earthbound is a good game, but it's confusing because it's two titles and Nintendo doesn't make it readily available, so why should I dig into it? And then, like, Undertale happens and everyone's like, can I please have another drop of Undertale? And it's just, oh my god.
What gets me is that, like, it's not even like Undertale is the only one, even like right now. And
right.
there has been this whole like watershed genre of games that wear their love for Earthbound like on their sleeve, and they've been doing fucking well. There has been like Y2K, a postmodern RPG. There was Reverie, Crossing Souls. Fuck, there's one I'm totally blanking on. Knights and Bikes.
I heard good things about Knights and Bikes.
Yep. We already talked about Gluttonous Who Would Not Be Satisfied, All the Riches in Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
The last row is called Beaten into Silence, and it is Star Fox.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm going to go ahead and add another Nintendo franchise to this row, and I think it's fucking fair. Didn't even make it to this graphic where they've been so beaten into silence, which is Eternal Darkness fans.
Eternal Darkness only got one game, though. Like, each of the games like on this like listing have multiple iterations. Even Rhythm Heaven got a Rhythm Heaven 2.
Beat into silence, Eternal Darkness fans.
Fine. What did I just beat Eternal Darkness further into silence? Vote now on your phones.
You're literally doing it. You're literally. I'm like, Eternal Darkness fans have been beaten into silence, and you're like, your pain is irrelevant, Brian. Fuck yourself. Like,
dude, there's only one game. All of these have multiple iterations. Tell me I'm wrong.
He's not wrong.
Tegan's like, drink your own piss and jump off a building. Just
okay, dude.
I don't know why you guys like hate Eternal Darkness so much.
I don't care about Eternal Darkness.
I didn't even know Eternal Darkness existed.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, fine people of the jury, folks all assembled, the prosecution rests. You're out of order. I'm out of order. This whole system is out of order.
This whole show's out of order.
This show is pretty out of order.
Fuck everything. Except Eternal Darkness. I guess some other things. I did want to briefly mention, and it feels relevant because we just touched on Undertale. Fangamer got in a really weird and ugly way. Like they had a data breach. And it's not a traditional hack. What happened is apparently there were employees at Shopify stealing customer data from various stores that use the Shopify platform. So maybe take a look to see like what stores you've ordered from on Shopify and whether they were affected by the Shopify data theft. That's fucked. Just wanted to kind of like shout that out. I also wanted to mention that I accidentally got Crunchyroll.
How do you accidentally get Crunchyroll? How do you accidentally get an entire streaming service?
Okay, so here's how it happened.
Uh-huh.
My wife wanted to watch Harmon Quest because we just recently watched the Harmontown reunion show last Sunday.
Okay.
And holy shit, man, like nothing really like puts our show in perspective. Like sitting around and watching the reunion episode of like one of the shows I consider like a central influence on my podcasting. I was like, man, I'm like, it is a good thing and a terrible thing that I am not Dan Harmon. But anyway, so Beth wanted to watch Harmon Quest, and Harmon Quest is available on a service called Verve.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I know about Verve.
That's not an accident, but okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, Rocky, I would say that like when you sign up for a thing called Verve, because you're intending to get Verve, and then when you do that, it's like, hi, you've signed up for Verve. You now have all of fucking Crunchyroll. I would call that an accident. Right?
Well, I don't think it's an accident. I think it's a bonus.
A bonus. It's probably a good one.
It's like extra french fries in the bottom of your bag. Or the toy in your Happy Meal.
Are the french fries in the bottom of your bag there because someone deliberately placed additional french fries in the bottom of your bag?
No.
So, I mean, would you be happier if I called it a happy accident?
I think it's still a surprise. I don't think it's an accident. I think it's a surprise. Because you did want Verve, and Verve is just also connected to Crunchyroll.
Right, yes, which I had no intention of purchasing and now just have.
Yeah.
Are you saying that, like, if you had known going in that paying for Verve would have given you Crunchyroll, you would have decided against it?
No, that's not what I'm saying, Rocky.
Okay.
What I would have then said, it was an intentional part of my decision making. Like, I have more data. I didn't have the data. Meaning that, like, yes.
No, I mean, I get that. But I guess what I'm saying is that, like, accident is usually indicative of intent. And sure, you didn't mean to get Crunchyroll, but it's not like you were avoiding it, right? And, like, unless you were. If you were, then that's fine. It's an accident.
No,
I'll take back the whole thing.
Fuck. You know what? Note to self. Hold up both arms to see if I can hold them at the same height.
You should do that now. At the same speed, too. Speed is also important.
They have to raise at the same rate and go to the same height.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck me.
Street smarts.
Hey.
Yes?
I'm sorry, did you just answer to Street Smarts?
There isn't an answer to Street Smarts.
Okay.
Anyway, so now you have Crunchyroll.
You do have Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So what are you going to watch first?
I have no idea.
For sure.
No, like, that is saying that, like, I don't know the like, I know that there's a lot of shit in this catalog, which apparently I already had access to on Netflix. So, like, what do I have here, which I didn't have there?
Current Food Wars episodes?
You have so much more stuff on here than you had on Netflix.
Yeah, Crunchyroll
so
updates,
much
like,
more.
weekly. So, like,
Crunchyroll updates daily. It just depends on what show you're looking at.
Yeah, that's true. I guess what I'm saying is that, like, if I remember correctly, Food Wars has a season that's going on right now, and that's definitely not on Netflix. But each week, you get a new Food Wars episode. So you could just watch all those. Or, you know, you could wait, I don't know, the 6 months, and it'll show up on Netflix anyways. But those are the kinds of things that you have access to now.
I do love Food Wars.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else right now which there, like, isn't necessarily, like, a shit ton of?
Yeah, there's a lot. Most anime don't make it past 3 seasons, Brian.
Do you want something with a shit ton, or do you not want something with a shit ton?
He does not.
Does not.
That's
okay.
consistent.
Brian may like Cells at Work.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, but Cells at Work is also on Netflix.
But new episodes are showing up on Crunchyroll. There's a whole season.
Cells at Work Code Black is not on Netflix.
Right.
That is the more mature adult body. Cells at Work.
So, like, Cells at Work with lap dances? Like,
no, it's like Cells at Work, but the guy whose body that they live in smokes and drinks all the time. It's like a whole ass adult.
It's Zack Snyder Cells at Work.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, alright, well then I guess I'll fuck around on Crunchyroll and I'll report back. Blizzard revealed the core set for Hearthstone for this year.
Right.
Yes.
Is it good?
I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of feelings.
Okay.
And I think that this is a very, very good set. I think that there are things which they're avoiding. There have been things which have made the ladder experience in Standard tiresome now and again. There is a card for Demon Hunter where if, like, Demon Hunter has both instances of it from their deck and their hand at the same time, all of a sudden they're able to deal 10 damage to your face by spending 6 mana. That's it. And there is a lot less of that. There's a lot less of, like, oops, pow, fuck you, surprise, Exodia bullshit. There's not a lot of, like, Exodia opportunities in here. Things I like. For the Druid class, it appears to be that they're finally making Beast synergy real. And also looks like they're rewarding, like, sequence of cards being played for Druids more frequently. And they're also trying to make Treant Druid real. And, like, whenever Treant Druid works, it's fucking terrifying, so stay tuned on that. For Hunter, they got rid of the most commonly used weapon for Hunter, which was a weapon that would get, like, 1 extra durability whenever one of your secrets popped. So that's going to, like, change, you know, some of the primary tools in Gas for Face Hunter. I am totally cool with that. They did, however, like, bring back one of my favorite cards from Wild for Hunter, which is a 3-mana minion called Bear Shark, which is half bear, half shark, and it cannot be targeted by spells or hero powers. So, hooray, Bear Shark, I'm glad to see you. They retired the classic set mage legendary, which means that mages no longer have the ability to cast infinite free fireballs. So I'm excited. Also, Sorcerer's Apprentice, a card which just makes all spells cost one less, is out. Again, like, mages have a ton of tools. They seem to, like, target the things that used to be in, like, every deck. Like, whenever you would start, like, building a deck as a mage, you would always put in Sorcerer's Apprentices. So that's out, which will, make the meta fresh. For priests, it seems like they've really focused on dividing the priest class into, like, holy and shadow. So it looks like there's like a shadow build and a holy build, and that looks super duper exciting. I really dig that. I like the new standard core, like, rogue legendary, Vanessa Van Cleef. Her flavor text reads, combo, add a copy of the last card your opponent played to your hand. That's hot. That's fucking hot. Last card your opponent played to your hand? So your opponent thinks that they have a big, sexy, cool turn. Considering that Vanessa Van Cleef is only a 2-mana card, you could conceivably, with Vanessa Van Cleef, get her out as a combo play, shadow step her back into your hand, so now she costs 0 mana, then play her again, get another one, shadow step her again, and then get a third copy. So you could end your Vanessa Van Cleef turn with up to 3 copies of whatever the last card is your opponent played. So I definitely anticipate people, like, trying to play around Vanessa Van Cleef in Standard. It'll be very, very interesting. For Warlock, there was, like, a pretty significant change to the Warlock Legendary. Lord Jiraxis is no longer a minion. He's now a hero, which is pretty cool, which removes Lord Jiraxis from, like, the pool for, like, demon legendaries. For the stuff in neutral, that I like what they did. They brought back Clockwork Giant, because Clockwork Giant was always, like, a good tool for controlling control players. The text for Clockwork Giant, it's an 8 attack, 8 health minion that reads, costs 1 less for each card in your opponent's hand. So, like, if your opponent is playing some deck like Handlock or Big Druid, Clockwork Giant is something that you could conceivably get out on turn 3 or 4 to, like, punish your opponent for trying to play, like, giant-handed games. So, like, lots and lots of cool stuff. Like, it really looks fresh. And, like, the entire core set is free to all players on the day that the new season starts. That's exciting. I love the fact that, like, people aren't going to have to spend money for any of these cards. Conceivably, people can get into Hearthstone who've never gotten into Hearthstone before without dropping a fucking dime. Like, that's great. Oh, I'm stoked. Are you guys stoked? I know you're stoked.
I'm so fucking hype.
I can hear it in your voice, Tegan.
I know, right? I am excited.
Rocky.
Like, I'm excited. It sounds like it's going to be a good time. I don't understand it, but I think it's going to be a good time.
What if I told you that if I did the pulls, my cards will have better dresses?
Yeah! Okay,
There
now
we
I'm very
go.
hyped,
Okay.
yeah. Nice! I can relate to that.
Rocky, my cards will have better dresses.
That's cool, man. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm glad you're happy for me. I'm going to sell more time to fucking Poetry Journal.
Please don't.
Wait, no, you're not in charge of that anymore. This is Tegan's thing.
Yeah, it's my job. I'm going to sell it to my friends.
Oh,
Fuck!
Did you invest in a soundboard? Are we doing this?
Maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, for sure.
It's possible I just fucking rolled on something like an animal.
I mean, that is also a possibility.
I'm sorry I rolled on something like an animal.
No,
We'll
it's
live.
cool.
Let's do the news.
Let's do the news.
Okay, so we will be posting the tier list that we discussed this week on social media. We would like to know, how close do you think this tier list is to reality? We will be open to comment, but we'll just run a poll. Do you think the tier list is correct, or do you think it's not? And, you know...
There will be a bonus Twitter poll. Is Eternal Darkness a franchise?
What? It's one... Yeah, sure, we can do that. Whatever, fine. Words have meaning, Brian.
Rocky hates my heart song.
Okay, sure. Brian, I believe you have our first story this week.
I do. Body's a little cold here. BlizzCon happened, and I guess some stuff happened at BlizzCon. You ever, see something and been like, this could have been a fucking email, guys? BlizzCon kind of feels like it could have been an email.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why this needed to be 2 days of bullshit. Okay, so first of all, opinions expressed on the Impossible Coin do not reflect the opinion of Brian's employer, Amazon, and do not necessarily reflect opinions of the Amazon subsidiary Twitch. Now, that said, the opinions expressed by Brian are Brian's. So buckle the fuck up. There was some dumb shit on Twitch as a result of BlizzCon. Metallica opened the BlizzCon online opening ceremony.
Like the real Metallica, they were there?
Yeah, yes, actual Metallica.
Okay.
These geriatric fucks were standing around in the goddamn, Blizzard lobby or whatever with their guitars and so forth. And Twitch killed the audio of the Metallica performance and started putting, some easy listening elevator music over it.
What?
Yeah, it sounds like Twitch.
What? But they're there.
Twitch has been muting in-game audio via algorithm for months now. So this is not particularly surprising, but it is news.
This particular instance though feels especially poetic because a lot of where we are right now as far as audio and the internet, people, having to automate their attempts to avoid litigation is because of fucking Metallica. Metallica single-handedly slayed Napster. It's like, hurrah, we slayed Napster. And the end result of that, the DMCA, has been this zombie fucking ghoulish piece of legislation, which has really driven the way that people interact with media at all online. And so to have Metallica accept a check to play an event and then no one is able to hear them play because of the fucking world that Metallica helped create is some special kind of O. Henry bullshit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't they have been better off by just going and getting some fucking weird, goofy joke band? Hey guys, we're the Clifford's Forge Horde, and we're here to sing songs about Warcraft, or something like that, because then at least people could have, heard the audio.
Right.
Because, I don't want to just, sit there and, look at fucking Lars Ulrich's head while he's, rat-a-tat-tatting on the drums, and all I hear is, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Wow.
You're just fuck off with that.
That sounds like something that would have been, a shit post. Except it's real life. Except real life happened.
Yeah. Yes, when real life shit posts, it's terrible. I mean, I must have watched a clip of it at least 10 times laughing my ass off. I am easily amused. Actual things that happened at BlizzCon. Blizzard announced the Blizzard Arcade Collection, which is, and I put this in very firm, air quotes.
Wait, did they do Gauntlet? Or is that someone else?
They did not do Gauntlet.
Worthless. Whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. And this contains The Lost Vikings, Rock and Roll Racing, and Blackthorn. It does not contain Lost Vikings 2, so first of all, fuck off. And second of all, when they're standing there on stage talking about this collection, they're like, hey guys, and when you're streaming this at home, you'll probably want to turn off audio when you're playing Rock and Roll Racing. Because Rock and Roll Racing contains fucking shitty 16-bit chiptunes of popular metal and rock songs, and today's sophisticated DMCA detection will hear the chiptunes and mute your ass. Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
Lovely.
Yeah. I thought it was especially kind of dumb, especially in light of the Metallica thing, that when they were introducing this collection, that they had to be hey guys, when you stream it, remember to turn off in-game audio when you're playing Rock and Roll Racing. I'm like, fuck. Like, where are we at now that you can't even stream Rock and Roll Racing without getting horse-fucked by the DMCA? Something that they didn't mention is that Rock and Roll Racing is $20 on Switch, but $30 everywhere else.
That's interesting, because it's usually the other way around.
Yeah. It appears to be part of the reason for that is that the Switch release seems like it's more bare bones. Like, they did less for the Switch version. The Switch version appears to be pretty much just like the 3 games bundled. And then the versions for like PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X include stuff like you could watch a video of a full game playthrough and then like take control anytime during the playthrough and stuff like that. And like pretty deep.
Wait, wasn't that a Stadia thing? Well, I guess maybe not. Like, you'd have to get a link. You could just show up on the level. I guess it didn't come with like a video with a continuous playthrough.
Right. That was an advertised feature for Stadia, and holy fuck, I wish we had time. Like, well, we should make some time next week to talk about Stadia, because holy shit, there has been some Stadia news this week, friends. Like, oh, God, Stadia.
How do they continue to do what they do?
I don't know.
Well, to be fair, with the Stadia news, we're kind of catching up. Like, they definitely did this shit, and we just didn't know until, like, now.
Right. Yeah.
That's not good, though.
No, definitely not.
Like, we had a lot of time where we were like, what the fuck is Stadia? The fact that we didn't know that they did this shit is not great.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's been, like, more than one piece of, like, embarrassing and terrible Stadia news this week. Fuck it, I guess we're just talking Stadia right now. Let's see here. My first favorite embarrassing piece of Stadia news this week is that, like, Google, I guess when they thought that they were going to, for, like, 2 seconds, become a major player in the video game space, they were going to buy studios. They're like, we're buying studios. That's what we do. And so they bought Typhoon Studio, developer of the game Journey to the Savage Planet. Okay? And so then, as part of the buyout, Google acquired the IP Journey to the Savage Planet, which is a game that did pretty well, like, last year, like in 2020. It got good reviews. It sold well. They just kind of, like, lucked into owning a game that people liked. Like, it came out in Q1, it had legs all year, and all of a sudden, they owned it. And then Google was like, well, fuck it, we own Typhoon now, we'll just put it on Stadia. And then when Google announced their massive layoffs for everybody who does game development internally at Google, like, if your job is game development, you're laid off. That included laying off everyone from the company Typhoon Studios that they acquired.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there were, like, outstanding bugs and issues with the Stadia port of Journey to the Savage Planet. And the now, like, laid off, former Typhoon Studios people are like, we can't even fix our own game because we got fired.
Yeah, rip.
Yeah, and it was something that they had made. It was an IP that they had designed before the buyout. It was theirs, but now it's not. Like, now it exists in some, like, forgotten back alley of Google because, like, it's already apparent that Google's backing away from Stadia.
Yeah, because they fucked up.
Yeah.
Honestly, they did the same thing that Amazon did, but, whatever.
It flabbergasted me. And then there was the other thing that, like, came out this week, which is that the amount of money that Google was paying major studios to bring their games to Stadia was, like, absolutely ridiculous. Like,
honestly, I don't think anyone should pay Rockstar $10 million in one sitting. That's just me, personally. That just feels like the right thing, but Google obviously disagrees.
And this is above and beyond, like, whatever the revenue share would be for, like, selling the thing through the platform. Like, it, 2K would continue to make money on selling individual copies of fucking Red Dead on Stadia. They were just getting, like, a $10 million plum to do it in the first place, which is ridiculous. And it wasn't even, like, okay, well, I guess, like, we're getting an exclusive here. Like, no, it's like, please port this game, which is available everywhere, which does not require a continuous high-speed internet connection.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck is this? And they made the same kind of deal with fucking Ubisoft?
Well, I mean, Ubisoft was always going to sign up because they love new consoles. They love them so much.
Exactly. So it's kind of like Google announces, we're doing a thing. And then, like, Ubisoft shows up and is like, bonjour, bonsoir, hello, mon ami, we are Ubisoft. We like to put games on all new things. If you have a new thing, we put games on it. And then Google says, okay, hey, slow down here. Would it be possible to pay you in excess of $10 million to release games on our new service? Well, mon ami, we were planning on putting the games there anyway because that's literally a core part of our business model. Well, I understand that, but can we give you money anyway? Well, fine, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Like, that's how that went.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, someone explain this to me.
When someone offers you $10 million, you take it.
Tegan's right.
That's it.
It's not that deep. Like, take the money.
Okay.
If someone offered me $10 million, I would take it.
And then figure out the rest. Like, fuck
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're like, no, oh, sure. And, like, I get it. I'm not confused by Ubisoft's part in this at all.
Mm-hmm.
I am, however, confused, like, was there no one sitting in a fucking room that could have said, like, hey, guys, a core part of Ubisoft's business model is that every 5 to 7 years, they dump a lot of stuff on new platforms when new platforms become available. Like, a central part of their business philosophy is to over-support platforms at the launch of the device.
Oh, yeah. Like, Jade Raymond was there. She almost certainly told whoever was in charge there, but they didn't listen to her, because that's not what these people do.
Oh, so you're saying that they didn't listen to women? Like,
yep.
Which,
I mean, we can say women
didn't.
because that counts, because that's also something that Google fails to do, but, like, in this particular scenario, like, they don't listen to people that have knowledge that they don't currently have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Apparently, like, people are saying, like, it's been absolutely, like, endemic of the Google, like, game development hellscape is that, like, they would hire people from the games industry because they're like, we need people from the games industry.
Right.
And then people from the games industry would be like, hey, guys, the way you're doing this is fucking stupid.
Right.
And it will fail.
Mm-hmm.
And then Google would say, well, it's not the Google way. We have to do it the Google way.
And then, they failed. Like, that's just how that happened, and that's fine. They're allowed. Rip them. Like, them and, like, fucking, like, Bloomberg or whatever. You know what I mean? They have no knowledge, but they have an exorbitant amount of money. So they threw money at their problems. They got grifted. They got grifted by Ubisoft. They didn't get grifted by, say, like, Jade Raymond. People who were interested in building a real platform.
Right.
But they didn't listen to people who were interested in building a real platform, and they gave money to grifters.
Could someone please hire Jade Raymond and not pull some bullshit? I'm just saying that, like, what the fuck? Like, what number bullshit is this for Jade Raymond? Like, I don't even know.
It's at least 3. I want to say 5, but it's at least 3.
You guys remember that Andrew Yang I Love Bodegas video?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, like, definitely, like, a full-ass supermarket.
I Love Bodegas. Like, honestly, Andrew Yang's I Love Bodegas video, that's Stadia. Like, Google's like, I love video games. I'll take the whole bunch of bananas. Like,
yeah.
That's
Google
Google.
is also like, what could a video game cost?
Yeah, like,
what could it cost to get Rockstar to release on our platform? $10 million? And they're like, we'll do it for free. Wait, $10 million? Okay.
Like, it's like, video games cost like $100 million, right? We're getting this for a deal. We didn't have to make this. We only have to pay 10. Like,
and everyone else is like, yes. Yes.
Meanwhile, here's fucking Ubisoft, right? And they're like, oh, we are prepared to support your platform with The Division 2 and The Ghost Recon and The Assassin's Creed. And they're like, well, I mean, that is like 3 exciting new titles.
Well, also, wait, Ubisoft was, like, affiliated with Stadia, like, during the beta, because they did Assassin's Creed for the beta, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They've been cashing them Stadia checks for a fucking while.
Yeah.
They got paid out on Assassin's Creed by Google twice.
Damn, get fucked.
Yeah, like, I'm just absolutely just fucking stupefied.
Okay. Brand, it's fine.
How?
There's another multinational corporation that we get to yell about.
It's my favorite thing to do on this show is yell about multinational corporations.
Sony had another one of their raggedy directs, right? They call them State of Play. It's a lot shorter than the direct that we talked about last week, so guys, like, relax. They only had 10 games this time, and a lot of them, honestly, a solid 40% of them are simply, ports to PS5, because that's their new move. And I want to take a moment before I talk about these particular games, because that's a whole other thing, is that the most interesting news to come out of Sony did not happen in State of Play. And it's not like they didn't have news, There's going to be a brand new PS5 headset, which is, something that we kind of expected, but this is a formal announcement. Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be available for all people that have PS Plus going into March, which is something that they neglected to mention in their State of Play despite talking about a brand new expansion for the game.
Right.
My big beef with, like, State of Play is they miss what makes Nintendo Directs compelling. And it's the surfacing of news that is interesting to the people that are watching it, rather than just, like, putting these trailers back to back. Sometimes in Directs we do just get trailers. We don't get, like, great news. But, like, they definitely knows, like, oh, this is going to get a pop. This is where we're going to put this little bit about this new Splatoon game, like, right when they think everything's done. And, like, that's...
I had a thought, Rocky, and I think you might be willing to go along with me on this. I think that Nintendo Directs remind me of a well-paced wrestling show.
That could make sense.
Yeah, because it's all about, like, positioning. It's all about timing. It's like, okay, like, like, normally, like, if you put the fucking Miz out there, people will be like, whatever, man, fuck the Miz. But, like, if the Miz goes right on, like, after the announcement of, like, new costumes for Rocket League, people are like, yeah, the Miz.
Right.
Okay, I can get behind the Miz.
Yeah, because you're already riding the high of the last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the thing that, like, Nintendo has got, is that, like, they understand this idea that, like, wrestling has for years, which is, like, ups and lows, how to build rising dramatic tension, treating it like a show. Like, this isn't just, like, a news debrief. It should have scale. There should be a climax. There should be, like, a Kenny Omega defeats Okada in the Dome to the end of the fucking show.
Right. I feel like the major difference between, like, Nintendo Directs and State of Play and whatever Microsoft is doing is curation. Like, they all are like vehicles to deliver information about the new things that they're doing and attempt to, like, build excitement among people who are interested in their products. However, like, Nintendo has a sense of the things that people want to hear and how to present them, while the others even if they have an understanding of things that are important, because the news that they did surface outside of State of Play was actually compelling. Like, the fact that, like, Dragon Age is going to be a single player adventure shifting from a game as service model, and the fact that they are saying goodbye to Anthem. If they had held that for a day,
well, that's EA's news. That's not Sony's news. That's EA's news.
I guess it's EA's news. That's fair.
Yeah.
But the idea that, like, there's information that is meaningful to customers that tell, like, a story that gets them excited about the future is different from just presenting the things that we're doing right now. And Nintendo understands that. I don't want to say instinctively, because there obviously is a lot of work that goes into Directs, and it feels like the work that they're doing isn't just, like, gathering information, it's curation and presentation in a way that State of Play does not.
What's funny is that there is another publisher out there who understands the idea that, like, these shows are narrative and have rising dramatic tension and should have a climax. And weirdly enough, it's fucking Devolver.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, they get it. These shows have narrative structure. when you do these kind of shows like Sony does, and like it's a stage show like BlizzCon, Blizzard attempted with BlizzCon, like at least what you have is like the energy of like people standing up at the front of a room who were like, all right, everybody, who's excited to see, like fucking Elder Scrolls 7 this time? You are the Khajiit, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then like if people go woo, and like what you're able to capture is like the same kind of energy that would be like present at like say like a concert. You have concert energy. You don't have like narrative energy. So like when you have that same kind of presentation, but you just like strip the people out of it, it seems to be that like what the lesson that like Sony and Microsoft have largely taken, about these presentations is, for the most part, these are the presentations that we were doing, but we're just stripping the audience out of it. It's like, you need to do a bit more. And it's more than just simply like, because they have figured out end your shows with a bang. Like, okay, like, check it out. Here's well, they've all gone like, and here's one more thing. And you understand that, like, at the end of the show, it's cool to have, like, Jon Moxley charging through the crowd unannounced to attack Chris Jericho. But you have to have shit in the right order before you get to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's not a show. Gotta have a show. You have to have structure. And there was stuff in this state of play that I thought looked really fucking cool. And it's kind of like, I was like, I would love to, like, put this stuff in a different order. I think that this could have had... I thought that Returnal got burned by being so early in the presentation.
I could take that. Yeah. Okay, let me talk about the actual presentation. So, first thing that they led with was Crash Bandicoot 4, and they're talking specifically about PS5 updates, because, it's already out. And so, like, PS5 is going to be on 4K, because PS5 can do 4K. They're adding adaptive trigger functionality, which is a big thing that they're selling with the PS5, and they're adding 3D audio. They are saying that there's a PS5 update available for those with the PS4 version. They didn't say if it costs money yet. It probably will.
It does.
Okay.
It does. I was surprised at how quickly the Crash Bandicoot announcement got people hot. The thing that seemed to get people hot was that, like, they're like, Crash Bandicoot 4 on PS5 supports awesome 3D audio. And they're like in these giant parentheses, requires fucking headset. And Sony started to get about like a bunch of angry questions, which is like, your PS5 is supposed to have this awesome 3D audio. Are you legitimately telling me, Sony, that like I can't enjoy the awesome 3D audio on my PS5 without wearing a fucking headset? That seems to be the answer that Sony has. Like, you have to wear a headset to enjoy the awesome 3D audio of your PlayStation 5.
I mean, that is dumb.
Yeah, it kind of seems to like expose a weakness of the platform. Like, what's the fucking point? Like, I do not want to sit there in front of my television wearing a headset like a nerd unless I am talking to people on the internet.
Okay.
That's why I want to, yeah.
I want to take a step back. I actually love headsets. Like, it's probably my preferred listening format. But there isn't really a good reason that 3D audio doesn't work on, like, a sound bar or a, like, surround sound system. Like, there just isn't. Like, it should actually just work. Monster Hunter does it just fine, and it's definitely a fucking PS4 game.
Sorry, I called you a nerd, Rocky.
It's okay. I'm a nerd. I identify with the title.
Okay. Tell us more about this state of play.
Yeah, so they did Returnal, and Returnal, we actually know what it is now, which is cool. Before, it was more like a vaguely sci-fi horror that's definitely like a first/third-person shooter. But now, it's a first/third-person shooter with psychological horror elements that takes place in space, that is also like big Metroid vibes, but also a roguelite, apparently. Whenever you re-enter areas, like enemies and like the space itself is like jumbled around, which I think could be a good idea to add to the psychological horror. The thing about the house, which appears to be like a house that's important to the character, but definitely not important to me. I don't know this lady. It looks like a mashup of like space shooter horror plus PT.
Yeah, it really does.
The way I felt about it was like, what if Metroid, The Binding of Isaac, and PT had the kind of steamy sex shit they showed on Sense8? You know, like...
I guess that could work, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it.
There are ideas that are in play, and I hope that they are executed well, because at this point, the ingredients are there, and execution is the thing that I care about. Honestly, PT is a masterpiece, even if it was a demo, but it was made by people that knew exactly what they were doing and had all the right ideas. All it takes is like one bad idea or 2 or 3 failed executions, and this shit flops.
Okay. I have the faith.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's probably a bad idea to have the faith,
You
but
can
I have
believe
the
in things,
faith.
it's fine. Like, I believe in things all the time. I believe in League of Legends players for some reason. That's stupid.
That is stupid. That is very stupid.
Yeah, I know. Fuck me.
The company behind this,
Mm-hmm.
Housemarque, man, Housemarque makes such fucking good games. I'm just going to rattle off some like Housemarque titles and just let me know if you have any experience with them. Matterfall, Nex Machina, Alienation, Resogun, Super Stardust Delta, Outland. All right, well, fine, fuck it. Like, Jesus.
Someone in the audience will know, and then they can yell at us on social media. That's fine. I don't care.
Like, Housemarque is so fucking good.
I hope they are, man, because honestly, this is an ambitious project.
Would it help you to know that the stuff that they have done previously has all been very ambitious and has all been very good?
That does help. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't played Resogun. It blows my fucking mind.
I
you
mean,
haven't played
maybe I'll play
Resogun.
Resogun, just like send me a listing, but like, I have a list. I have stuff that I'm playing.
Okay.
The next thing that they talked about was Knockout City, which was also part of the Nintendo Direct, but ironically, the presentation for Knockout City, I think, was better here than it was in the Direct. And I think it was...
Agree. Strong agree.
I think it was specifically that Knockout City was given a bit more space to really tell us what was going on, which, is a definite choice. And I'm not sure if I'm going to play the beta, but I was definitely a lot more interested than I was when I saw, like, the 90-second music video that I saw in the Nintendo Direct.
When I saw it in the Direct, I was like, look at this, like, incredibly shallow derivative thing. Like,
It, like, reminded me of, like, Ninjala, actually.
Yeah, Ninjala, and what was the name of that, like, EA rocket launcher shooting game?
Oh.
Where it's all rocket launchers?
No, I know what you're talking about. I thought that game was good.
Yeah. But, like, games that, like, were these, like, profound, like, flashes in the pan where you're like, no.
It's called
okay.
Rocket Arena.
Okay. But, like, I saw this and, like, thought there was more of a playfulness to it.
Sure.
Where they're like, where they're like, and use your teammate as the fucking ball. I was like, all right. And then, like, or throw your teammate way up in the air and he can become anime. Like, I was like, all right, extra all right. I dig it. I really like the look of it.
So have you gotten to the beta?
I have not yet.
Yeah.
I should make an effort of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very excited about the next title, so...
Oh, yeah, Sifu? Like, it looks like you're being able to play Old Boy, but also every time you die, you become a bit older, which is neat. I've seen that, like, narrative hook before. I hope it's cool.
I thought it was cool that, like, so early in this presentation, we had, like, multiple games that were, like, playing with death in interesting ways, between, like, Returnal and Sifu, and the Sifu footage that they showed made me think of, like, a zillion, like, 80s and 90s really awesome fucking, like, action movies from Asia.
Yeah.
Like, and I cannot wait to get in there. Like, it just looks so fucking cool.
It does look cool. And, like, I think one of the stronger points about it is that it actually has an art style.
Yes.
That seems neat. I'd like to see more of that in video games.
I really liked that they made a point of emphasizing the ability to strongly interact in, like, unique ways with, like, the various environments. Like, as they were showing, like, the various fights that occurred in different places, like the way you're interacting, like, with walls or objects laying on surfaces and things like that, or ledges. Like, it just really emphasizing, like space matters in this game. Like, where you are matters. Like, a lot of times, like, in games, where you are is, like, entirely aesthetic.
Sure.
Like, a lot of times, like, Mario games, like, you might as well, like, just strip it away and just make, like, these are platforms. There's nothing special about the platforms. This could just be, like, platforms that all look the same because there's nothing about them which makes the space special to this combat or this movement or this traversal. And it felt like the space mattered in what they showed, and that very considered use of the environment. And that makes me very, very excited.
For sure. So the next game, Solar Ash, I'm still kind of on the fence about. It's very pretty. A lot of great neon colors. You play as a character that investigates black holes, and you are in one. The gameplay is very much focused on speed and fluidity. They literally said the phrase inspire flow, like the state of consciousness. So it's very much about like moving fast and like fighting fast and stuff like that, but very much in the way of stuff like Sonic the Hedgehog is what it reminded me of. Actually, you know what it is? It feels a lot like Sonic the Hedgehog meets Shadow of the Colossus to me.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's about like moving quickly, and there are like, you know, monsters that you can fight that are like smaller and on the stage, but like there are also like really large, like monstrous like set pieces where you know, try to move your way up to like particular weak points, or at least that's what it showed in like the video. And there are like collectibles and stuff that you get and unique ways of moving to get to particular situations, but it's designed to flow together. So like you're dashing quickly like down a hill, and then you make a jump that allows you to get some sort of thing that allows you to climb up a wall that like you can bound up to the top of, and there's a fight up there or whatever. And it's all about like moving like fluidly through this space. From what I can tell, it doesn't look like it's like episodic or like level based. Like it kind of looks pretty open, but it's one of those things that like inspire a particular way of moving through it. Maybe it is level based. I'm not entirely sure. But it looks interesting, but I'm not entirely sold on it. I'm watching it carefully. I'll let you know what else I find out.
I thought it looked cool,
Mm-hmm.
but something felt missing for me in the presentation. And I couldn't really put my fingers on it. I didn't feel hooked. I was like, this looks cool. I love this aesthetic. You know, I love like what we could hear in the music. Like, you know, like when we see the protagonist like running on the fucking like back of the flying dragon bone thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that looked pretty rad. I was like, it looks like all of the constituent parts of this seem neat, but like, and I guess this is where we come back to the idea of maybe order in these presentations is supremely important, because we had just seen Returnal, Knockout City, and Sifu, and I really liked what I saw of those three, and it just felt like, you know, coming out of the like hard-hitting, fuck yeah action of Sifu, like I was just like, I guess I could ride the thing and I try and hit it. I don't know. Can I go back to the hallways? Like,
can I go back to the hallways? He says.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next game that they showed was the new FNAF game. It's been teased a little bit. FNAF, but we have an official title, FNAF.
Security breach.
Security breach. Thank you.
Yep.
It appears that you are some character that's trapped in something between like a Chuck E. Cheese and an amusement park.
It feels like a Dave and Buster's.
It does feel like a Dave and
Feels
Buster's.
like a Dave and Buster's.
Yeah. And you're trying to escape the Dave and Buster's, where there are like animatronics around and something's going wrong with them, and you have like a guide that's like talking in your ear that's like a female Otacon. I don't know.
There's also like a person. Like the bunny mask thing, I think, is a holdover or not a holdover, but a continuation from the VR game.
Oh.
Do you remember? What was it? Was it Help Wanted? Is that what it was? Where like, oh god, that was fucking wild.
Where they had like mascot
like,
suits?
Yeah, but they're like, the rabbit person is digitally imposed onto the human person's brain. And the human person's, like, consciousness is trapped in the thing. It gets fucking weird, man. The lore of FNAF is bonkers.
If I remember correctly, like, Security Breach, I don't think is, like... No, that's not true. I think it is actually from, like, the initial, like, creator. But what I wanted to mention is that the creator of FNAF has, like, started a fund and has been open to mentoring first-time developers who are trying to like expand and create spin-offs based off of like the First Night at Freddy's lore.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Five
going
Nights
to say
at Freddy's.
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Ugh,
they make up their own franchises and their own like animatronics and stuff, but it's all basically the same gameplay style.
Right, like the Inky and the Black. What is that one called? The one that's like
Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Bendy and the Ink Machine, and there's another one that I can't remember. I didn't remember that one either, but but I thought for a second that this was one of those projects, but I remember like it's officially Five Nights at Freddy's. Nights at Freddy's?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Thank you. So it's not one of those, but it does look like a significantly higher fidelity, like they actually have a real budget. I hope they have the legitimate spooks. It looks like they have the potential, like, you know, Bottle Episode trying to escape a Dave and Buster's. They had a moment where you're trying to like hide in a ball pit while like one of the animatronics is walking around. And there's a voice screaming about "Give me what I want," and I don't know what that is. I don't know what he wants. I don't think I want to give it to him. That doesn't sound right to me.
Okay. So I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what does the Five Nights man do? Like with other developers?
Oh, sure. Tegan, you do it.
So fans started creating their own like franchisees that followed basically the Five Nights at Freddy's formula. They have 4 or 5 animatronics. They're doing the whole security camera, like that whole thing. And instead of Scott shutting down all of those games because, you know, copyright infringement, he's like, no, that's fine. Let me help you develop those into better games. And so he helps fund them and helps teach them how to program and helps them like figure out how to do the visual stuff so that they can make better games that are the same game. Basically, but with their own animatronics and their own, like, spin-off lore. And the way he sees it is it's like McDonald's and Burger King sort of thing. Like, they're still competing, but it's the same food, you know? So these are, like, faux competing franchises in the FNAF universe now. But, like, he doesn't get, like, the royalties or anything for those games. That goes entirely to those creators. He just helps them, like, get them going.
Right.
Which is neat.
Like, I knew that guy was a wholesome, good egg.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was doing that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's really chill. It's really nice. And then he's also got, you know, he's got, like, the books coming out, more books coming out, and the activity book, and the, like, you know, everything else that's going on. He's running, like, sort of like an ARG, but, like, entirely out of an activity book to, like, do more lore. Fucking wild, my dude. Like, he's good at what he does.
He's making sure that the FNAF people are eating.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question about Scott, though.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, and I don't know if this has changed, he was pretty loudly outspoken about his faith, but he wasn't saying weird, creepy Republican shit. Is that still the case?
I haven't heard him say any Republican shit.
Yeah, I also haven't heard him say any Republican shit.
Okay. Because, like, I knew that he was, like, outspoken as identifying as a Christian and is like, hey, guys, I'm a Christian video game developer and things like that. But, like, I never heard him say, like, garbage shit. If I were to try to, like, you know, come up with a phrase for it, I never heard him Dean Kane anybody. You know, he never Kevin Sorbo.
Right.
Hey, guys, you know, like, this is me. And then, like, somehow managed to not be an asshole.
Well, the nice thing is, like, if he was an asshole, I'm sure it would be somewhere on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
and it is not.
About it by now.
It's really not.
I guess good for that guy for continuing to not be a shithead. Like, it's so terrible that is, like, the bar these days.
Mm. So the next game they did was Oddworld Soulstorm.
Oh, yeah.
And they really leaned into it.
Oh, yeah, they did.
There's a lot of interactivity. You are obviously taking on, like, you know, the machine, like, you know, the military-industrial complex. Actually, probably literally the military-industrial complex. You do so by, like, you know, freeing your comrades, taking advantage of, like, environments and, like, particular skills that you can do to, like, solve these puzzles that are obviously designed to kick your ass until you figure them out. It's coming out in April.
You guys have never played Oddworld games before, have you?
No.
Nope.
Are either of you guys going to get in here?
Nope.
Probably not. I mean, Tegan, you get it for free because you have a PS5.
I do have a PS5.
But maybe you don't have PS Plus. But like, if you have PS Plus, you get it for free.
Alex and I have been talking about getting PS Plus for the PS5, so maybe.
For sure. Brian, you had something to say.
I am definitely going to go and get a private dance from Oddworld Soulstorm. I think this looks fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that it looks like a worthy installment to what has been like a phenomenal video game franchise. There's a reason that, like, once you play one of these games in the series, you're fucking hooked. This looks outstanding. This looks absolutely great. I mean, I would say to both of you, like, go pick up any given game in this series and play it, and you'll be on board. Tegan, you're a lore hound.
Yep.
The Oddworld series is a feast for people who love lore. If you like lore, Oddworld is here for you. If you like games that say, hey, look, challenge is fun, challenge is rewarding in and of itself, Rocky, Oddworld is here for you. So I'm just saying, this series is here to let both of you feast. You can feast. You can feast.
I believe you. It doesn't aesthetically appeal to me, but if you say it's that good, then maybe I'll get Alex to play it and I can watch.
That might be a door in.
I'm not one for, like, very challenging gameplay, so...
I mean, the cool thing about, like, more than one entry in this series is that, like, there have been times in the Oddworld series where these games say to you, like, look, you could do this the hard way or the easy way, and there have definitely been times where I've, like, looked at, like, solutions to, like, situation and, like, wait, you mean I could have fucking done that? And discover that I could have done that, and, like, I had done something which was, like, significantly more difficult, was, like, much harder to scale, and I was like, oh, there was an entirely different other solution. And there was a thing that they said during the presentation on this which, like, caught my attention and made me tickle. They're like, try a total pacifist run. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, I'm definitely going to try and hurt myself that way. Like, I'm going to, like, try and pacifist this game. I'm excited. Brian is excited for this game.
For sure. The thing I'm actually pretty excited for is Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Like, when I initially saw it, I think it had potential.
Mm-hmm.
While I think the footage that they showed was PS5, which, you know, makes sense. It does look beautiful. But I think the gameplay looks really cool. Like, it reminds me of something between, like, a more, like, condensed, like, Horizon Zero Dawn. And, like... I don't have a second thing. Looks like a condensed Horizon Zero Dawn, honestly. But these weird kind of, like, Poro-looking things that, like, you're able to, like, befriend and, like, sort of command for, like, attacks and stuff looks really cool. And, like, there seems to be, like, a strong focus on, like, possession that I'm interested in exploring. It looks good. I think it'll be a good game. I don't know if it'll be Game of the Year or anything, but I'm willing to check it out in August. I have some time.
I came away from it pretty I still don't think that we know enough about, like, how the gameplay hooks work. Part of the premise of the game is that, like, Kenna is able to, like, command these wildlife creatures. And so it seems to have this, like, environmental action RPG storytelling plus Pikmin. If you're looking for your thing plus thing, like, to describe your peanut butter and jelly, I guess, like, it's Horizon Zero Dawn plus Pikmin, and...
See, it doesn't give me Horizon Zero Dawn vibes.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's a fucking colorful green action RPG, and Pikmin. And I don't know enough from how commanding the creatures work. They seem to have, like, in their presentation, focused so heavily on, like, the way, like, direct combat works, that you would only really know about the other central component to, like, the gameplay by reading about the game. If I watched that trailer and I didn't know anything about the game, I wouldn't even know that you're, like, commanding creatures.
I wonder if you're only commanding creatures in, like, certain segments. Maybe,
but I'm not sure if I've seen, like, Kenna without them.
I've seen them, like, following her, but I haven't seen her using them necessarily.
That's fair.
And creatures following a central leader would be, like, following the Pikmin model, because they, you know, in Pikmin they follow whoever the astronaut is in that Pikmin game, you know, like Olimar or whatever. Like, they always, like, follow, like a command figure.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the thing is that we haven't really seen them, like, do anything seemingly on her behalf. Like, we've seen them, like, running after her, like you said, but, like, like, Pikmin, let me see them do a fucking thing. Let me see them do the fucking thing. I haven't seen them do anything.
Yeah, in Pikmin, like, the Pikmin are the ones that do everything, so...
Right.
Right.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
They invoked both Pikmin and Lemmings in describing, like, the way the game would work, as far as, like, commanding hordes.
I kind of wish that we had a demo.
I think Kenna would have been a great game to have a demo for.
Yeah, I'd like a demo of this one. I mean, there's still
Agree.
definitely time for a demo,
How do you guys feel about it being a budget title?
A what?
That could be cool. Like, it's not like a full price title. It's like 40, 50 bucks.
It's $40. The next game was something I was pretty excited about. You want to?
Oh yeah, Deathloop.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of mad at Deathloop right now. I can blame Corona because everyone else is gonna, but this is a game that I fully expected to have in October of last year and I didn't. And now is a new date, which is May 21st. It is another time loop game where you are first person shooting your way to some crazy mod style island in a gameplay shaped something like BioShock. And you're trying to find out the truth of the loops, and every time you die, you end up at the beginning. And there's also a different assassin that's in the world that's also trying to kill you specifically. And, the whole thing's a mystery, and a shooter, and a, like, spy versus spy type of thing. And it does look cool, but also I totally expected to have it by now. I'm not sure if I'm soured, but I am a little peeved, I guess.
I think it's kind of a bummer that the first meaningful PS5 exclusive is a result of, like, Sony internal development. It is instead a result of Sony's internal checkbook. Like, shit, guys, like, what do you mean people weren't really stoked by Astro's Playroom? Fuck, let's get a 1-year console exclusivity deal for PS5 for Deathloop. I think that that's probably going to, like, push some players who might not necessarily have been part of Deathloop's, like, core audience into buying it because they just want something that justifies this giant boat anchor underneath their televisions. I wonder if that'll, like, skew, like, audience reactions to it. Like, it looks interesting to me, but, like, I'm not sure if it's enough for me to buy a $500 machine. Like, I'll know I'll buy a PlayStation 5 eventually. But, like, I've decided to prioritize, an Xbox Series X for the considerations as to, like, what kind of, like, environment it provides and what other features Microsoft has to offer. Like, Deathloop for me is not going to tip the scales as to, like, which $500 box I buy first. I just wonder, like, will I end up playing Deathloop in May of 2022? Or, I don't know. Like, I mean, like, Rocky, are you going to, like, hunt down a PS5 for this?
No, I'm not doing consoles this cycle. I bought a computer.
Yeah, he bought a computer.
Which means that, like, you're on board. You can Deathloop. Because you can play it on PC, because, like, that is not affected by the deal between Arcane and Sony.
Well, I mean, so can you. Because, like, you have a GPD or whatever.
Right. They haven't released the spec requirements yet, though, for the PC version, right?
I have no idea. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah.
I am not a PC spec guy yet, turns out.
So, I mean, theoretically, I could, like, be the handheld Deathloop guy. So
true.
I'll be the PC Deathloop guy. Or not PC, PS4, PS5, whatever the fuck. I got it. I'm interested. I don't get it.
Sure.
I don't get it. Looks funky.
Definitely looks funky.
I love the, like, mod styling on it.
True.
I really do. But, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I get it, I don't get it.
I think that We Happy Few wishes it looked this cool.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I was also struck by the fact that, like, in a presentation that only featured 10 games, 3 out of the 10 games have essential to their gameplay experience being changed by each of your in-game deaths. Like, games acknowledging death as part of the player experience.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, is this like a shift in the landscape of games? Returnal, Sifu, and Deathloop are all, like, essentially about dying over and over again. And that's wild.
I mean,
that, like, a damn near full third of this presentation was games with that as a central conceit.
I mean, even dating back to, like, you know, the Eternal, like, E3 of last year, like, there was definitely a significant theme surrounding, like, time loops and recurring death.
Yeah, what's that game, 14 minutes? Has that come out yet? Or
No, it's not.
12 minutes, 11 minutes?
I think it's 12 minutes and it's not out yet.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like a theme which is on the rise in game development.
Right. Well, I mean, it also, like, takes advantage of, like, conceits that have existed forever, but, like, definitely adding a bit more context to them is a good way to, like, differentiate themselves, I think.
Yeah, like Outer Wilds, that was definitely one.
I mean, Hades.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's on the rise in games. You know what I think would be a franchise that could take, you know, great advantage of that? Eternal Darkness.
Well, I mean, at that point, I guess it would be a franchise.
Oh God, my arms!
Okay, so anyways, the last thing that showed up in the State of Play was Final Fantasy VII Remake. They showcased the differences with the PS5 version, you know, increased graphical fidelity,
quality of life,
better audio, quality of life. Graphics are now on the PS5. They told us that they're adding a photo mode in PS5, because I guess that was a really requested feature.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. And then they had announced a new set of episodes, including Our Girl Yuffie, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrates, which centers around Yuffie and a forgotten character from Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. And that's going to be available on June 10th. And that's all fine, honestly. I have my own thing about 7 Remake, but the thing that irks me is that they didn't bother, or I guess they didn't find it important enough to mention that this was going to be on PS Plus in March. And maybe this was like a cheap attempt to get people to buy the game like immediately to start playing through it before they announced the news, because in 3 days they'd have it anyways. Well, like, you know, if they had PS Plus, if they played online. I actually don't know the attach rate to PS Plus to PS4, but I guess it's something I can look into.
Well, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not available for PS4.
Wait, is that true? I thought I just saw it.
No, Yuffie's gonna be... the Yuffie episodes are not gonna be available for PS4 players, only PS5.
That's right. Integrate is PS5 exclusive. That is correct. Yep. But, like, the game is going to be available on PS4 as a part of PS Plus starting in March. Or, I guess, by the time this episode airs. So it's possible that there will be people who are more incentivized to join, like, the Best Buy queues whenever they drop new PS5s, just so they can play with Yuffie by the time June comes around. Oh, you have something to say, Brian?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that the presentation for Final Fantasy VII Remake was a little fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
Just that, like, giant quality of life on screen. The parts of the presentation are like, check it out, here's the loading time. And, like, significant parts of the presentation where they're, like, doing the classic, like, scroll, like, here's half of the screen in PS4 and here's half of the screen in PS5. And it wasn't really until they started, like, showing, like, lighting effects and bloom and fog that you could see, like, a considerable difference. Initially, I was like, okay, like, so what you're trying to tell me is that one's worse, I guess? I don't know. And just, like, the giant, like, quality of life. Like, I thought that this presentation came across as more than a little silly. And, like, I get it. Putting the DLC, like this DLC content, like, exclusively on PS5, I'm sure that there was a bag of money somewhere between Square and Sony. Like, this is another checkbook thing. But, like, having, like, this DLC content right after Deathloop, for me, raises the question, where are the Sony first-party fucking games? Because, like, outside of this presentation, you know, like, Jim Ryan gave an interview this week where he was like, hey, guys, you know, just to let you know, like, Stupid Car Game has been moved to next year, so that way Stupid Car Game can be better. Where's the stuff? Where's Dinosaurs Gone West? Like, people want to know about Dinosaurs Gone West. You know, like, where's Beard Dad? Like, people want Beard Dad again. Like, where is the Sony stuff? Closing the presentation on this, like, weird focus of, like, quality of life improvements on a re-release of a game came out last year, and saying, like, oh, by the way, like, you can't even have this upgrade for free. But hey, guess what, folks? when you rebuy this game, at least you'll get the console exclusive DLC. Like, it kind of made it feel like they were struggling to provide a value proposition for the platform. Like, I would have maybe put this thing at the start of the presentation. They thought this was like, oh, one more thing, and oh, one more thing includes showing the fucking loading screens? Lame.
For sure.
Tegan, did you care?
Not at all.
Do you think that's the kind of thing that you close a presentation on?
No. You should close the presentation on a high note. You know what would have been good?
What's that?
Some Forbidden West.
Dinosaurs Go West!
Yeah.
Forbidden
That would
West
have been
would've been
cool.
Or if we got, like, information on Final Fantasy 16, or if, like, they actually said something about Elden Ring.
There was some Nier stuff, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or Beard Dad, like anything. Like,
yeah, Beard Dad. I've heard that we're not getting any God of War news this year. Like, maybe closer to holiday, but like not anything this year.
E3 or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Sony's publishing that new Ratchet and Clank game, so why not be like, hey, like, here's...
Oh, I fucking forgot there was a Ratchet and Clank game coming out.
Wait, isn't there...
Yeah!
Wait, there was Ratchet and Clank news outside of State of Play.
Right! And that news was like, hey guys, guess what's going to come out in 2022? Like, where are the first-party titles? When you get a new Nintendo console, you're like, okay, I can reliably assume that there is going to be a drip of first-party titles that justify the presence of this thing underneath my television. Like, you're like, I'm here to tell you that me and that golf game are gonna fuck. Like, it's just how it's gonna be. But, like, so far, it seems like the value proposition that Sony has presented is 3D audio that I have to wear a headset for, controllers that are experiencing rapid drift months after release, haptic triggers that break, and games that they had to get out a fucking checkbook for, Google style. Where's your fucking first-party studio? Ugh. And remember, everybody, fast.
Fast.
That's right.
So everyone, this has been our show. It's called Impossible Coin. We do it every week. It's found wherever podcasts are found, including places like iTunes or SoundCloud. Guys, can you hit it for me one time?
Fuck SoundCloud.
And speaking of SoundCloud, the music at the beginning of this podcast was produced by our friend Big Sach. You can find his work on SoundCloud, the soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ, or you can hit him up on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. Our logo is also a t-shirt, and it was designed by Lauren Moran. You can find her on Twitter at Lauren Moran, and consider donating to her Patreon. She does a good business. And speaking of Patreon, we have one of those too. Patreon.com/Impossible Coin podcast. Don't just search Impossible Coin. Yes, it belongs to us. No, it's not active. We don't want to talk about it right now. But at Impossible Coin podcast, you could find us and find our premium watch-alongs, our audio essays about specific titles that we care about, and other things like talks about wrestling or anime or whatever else we actually care about. If you want to talk to any of us directly, about winemaking or F-Zero, you could find us on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Brian's on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. No underscores or dashes or anything weird like that. See anything weird like that, please let us know. We're trying to deal with those, honestly. And wait, is there something after that? No, I think that's it. I think that's us.
Well, I can tell you what, Rocky, I have found all this talk about how Eternal Darkness is not a franchise stressful, and I'm going to go relax with a glass of wine.
It's one video game, Brian. Jesus.
He's allowed to be stressed about other things on top of video games. It's okay.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, he can be stressed. It's fine.
Okay. And I tell you what, part of what makes it so relaxing is the satisfaction of creation, because I made the wine myself. Which is to say that I did more than Sony's first-party studios for the PlayStation 5. So, if you'd like to do something yourself instead of just paying someone to give you Deathloop wine, then maybe go to bruzy.refr.cc/Impossible Coin, where you can get everything that you will need to start making your own wine and cider at home. Also, check out the exciting new Go Clarity Kit from Bruzy. The Go Clarity Kit is designed to reduce the amount of times that you'll need to rack
to clear your wine, and it reduces the total number of days needed to cold crash your wine, which means that you can go from brewing in 3 days to cold crashing now with Go Clarity in 1 day. You can get drunk on your drink in 4 days, everybody. That's exciting. And our development time for homemade wine is shorter than Dinosaurs Go West. So again, that's breezy.refr.cc/impossible coin to be personally more productive than Sony Interactive Entertainment.
I mean, that's not hard.
It's true. And with that all, join us next week for another episode of The Poet's Journal and Impossible Coin. Peace.
Bye.
Later. You have no affiliation with the Poet's Journal.